Realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Y'all's the hater on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hater on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Oh, we going?
We about to be.
Oh, my bad.
All right, there we
had
go.
a little conversation behind the scenes. This joint was starting to go. Like, hold on, let's say that.
All right, niggas.
Let's say that. Realest Podcast Ever, episode 146. I'm your host, C. Diddy.
I'm Matt.
I'm in full rapper mode today, man. The jewels is out. I brought the Benz out, everything. I got a friend of mine here. Somebody that supported us early on. Came through, did the show for us. He 100 times bigger than he was last time, and he still came back and fucked with us on the love, man. That's my guy right here. The owner of Say Cheese Media, Say Cheese Digital, Say Cheese Records, a serial entrepreneur.
Man, appreciate it.
Shawn Cotton.
I appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be back.
We happy to have you, man. And it's been a long time coming. Shit, I was the whole time I'm literally preparing for the interview, everything coming up this week. I'm like, damn, that was 2 years ago. That's 2 years ago. For whatever reason, I guess my brain skipped 2020 because I'm not computing that it's 21. So I'm looking like, oh yeah, January 2018. That was 2 years ago. Now that was three years and 3 months ago.
Yeah,
I
a
was
lot.
thinking about it, like, it definitely was.
39. That's a car lease.
That was too
39
soon.
months ago.
Yeah, that was too soon. A lot has changed.
Everything changed.
We've lost a lot of people since then.
Yeah.
A lot of good happened too. Damn, did the Eagles win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Since then?
You went viral since then.
Yeah, I told Tom Brady, yeah.
No, they
that's
won
crazy.
before that, right?
Was it before or after? No, I think that was before.
What year did the Eagles win the Super Bowl?
2018, 17, 18 year.
17. Okay, so so you went viral before you came.
But Super Bowl was 2018,
Right, January.
February.
Yeah, so it was
February.
right after. The
So it was
Super Bowl
after.
was right after you came.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was February 18th.
I
So
think
yeah.
we might have talked about that. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't think so. Because you came, it was like January 11th or something like that was the day that we did the last show.
Yeah, and then
So the Super Bowl was a month later.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot changed. Eagles won the Super Bowl. We lost a lot of people. Whole pandemic happened. We was just saying behind the scenes, I'm like, in the last week, I heard 10 media outlets and 100 Twitter pages say post-pandemic. So I guess COVID is over. They just canceled it on their own.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Like, people ready to get back to work.
Atlanta was never closed down. No, Texas wasn't either. And Florida, they just never gave a fuck. I can cuss, right?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Florida never gave a fuck. They was partying on the beaches and things like that. So down south, we was outside.
Right.
Sure.
What was the overall like tone in Texas and then like other places where, because you got business all over. So what was the tone and just like the feel of different markets that you was in during COVID?
New York took it the most serious. But other than that, I mean, there was a period of time where everybody was scared and they didn't know what was going to happen. And then the loans and the PPP loan shit happened and everybody, everybody was outside.
Did you see the Alabama PPP loans that got approved?
Nuh-uh.
The names of the companies?
Wow.
Free Bands LLC. Like, motherfuckers was setting up anything to get paid from PPP. Yo, this shit is nuts.
Yeah, Twerk Something Enterprises, they was going in.
Dog.
But nah, after the loan shit though, everybody was pretty much, hitting their little licks and flying to LA and, everybody was trying to make a way. I don't blame them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the here go right here. It was one joint I saw that I literally screamed, "Hellcat me PPP." Like, what the fuck? Like, motherfuckers was tweaking, dog.
Oh, man.
Somebody else social LLC.
Do they got to pay them back? Or is that
what it is all right, so the PPP shit is basically like it's through the SBA. So they had two programs. They had the EIDL. That's the one motherfuckers was banging like 2 mil and 4 mil and all of that shit that like the Jets player got jammed up for. Bunch of niggas out west. Did you cover the dude that made the I'm doing EDD fraud? The record?
I think so. We covered a lot of that. We tried to.
It was a dude I'm doing EDD fraud song.
All the big
so that was like this. They was hitting for 7 figures because if you was on it early, like March, April, April, before everybody knew about this shit, it was just
was
open
green light.
season. It was green light go. And they
yeah.
wasn't even asking for no documentation or nothing. We got this bread, we got to give it out.
Yeah.
Here it go. So that was that. But now so that money dried up. So now everybody doing the PPP shit, which is paycheck protection. So long as you use 60% on business expenses and you could document it, they forgive the loan 100%.
I see in Illinois they released a list of people.
Yeah.
And somebody got killed. Y'all didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, the whole dude, Illinois, they released a list of names. And they oh my bad. They released a list of names, and the guys, I guess the ops got the drop because they seen the name and the address. And the guy,
the ops is always up.
yeah,
The ops is working 24/7.
The ops don't take a day off.
And then the dude took his 7-year-old daughter to McDonald's.
I did see this.
That's
Oh,
what happened.
that was behind.
That was behind the PPP
I seen
loan
the story.
list.
I didn't know it was the
Yeah,
PPP
that's how.
shit.
And he even said on Facebook before he got shot at and his daughter got killed, he was like, the ops probably waiting on me downstairs. So he knew it was coming. He just didn't know when. And all that was because of
That's
the
nuts.
list.
Yeah, 7-year-old girl got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way
McDonald's
at
drive-thru,
first
they
it got
shot the back
reported
of
that
the
he
car up.
peed on somebody's grave. And
I saw that story.
Yeah. Nah,
they
the
had
list.
the video of him pissing on the op's grave.
Ooh, this the same guy?
Same guy.
I don't know.
There's a lot of nonsense going on in the streets.
He
for
lost
sure.
a 7-year-old daughter though, like at the end of the day.
That's
So
the
that
nutty
shit-
part of the whole situation. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Look, it's ridiculous, man.
So, I mean, like you said, a lot has changed since you was here last over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When it comes to urban media, I think of three people. I think of you, Vlad, and academics.
Yeah.
There's other people in the marketplace, but they don't really cater to the hip hop audience. They more so like if a rapper slap his girl, they cover that. Like they cover the nonsense and not really like the music culture and the part of it. And you one of the few outlets that's still giving up and coming artists a shot and breaking artists.
Yeah, I cover nonsense too though. I ain't gonna sit here and act
No,
like,
you
know
do,
what I'm
but
saying?
not exclusively
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah. Facts. I'm not trying to be a world star. Like I know a lot of kids don't go to school no more, so when they wake up and get on Say Cheese, I at least post two or three things a day that you can learn from.
Absolutely.
Whether if it's like wild facts or like just shit that if you was to watch the news you could see on Say Cheese, like all type of crazy stuff like that, you wouldn't probably know if you didn't go on Say Cheese. So I try to keep a really good balance to where as though it's music, it's crazy news, it's things you can learn, it's shoes, it's fashion, it's the new artists, it's crazy things going on, it's crazy statistical facts, just little things like that. I want the kids that are on Say Cheese to, like, when they leave, when they click out of the app, they learn something.
Absolutely. So how do you decide what story is like noteworthy enough for you to cover on your platform, because it is a real big platform?
We want people kind of like we want to post shit that we know people are going to react to.
Gotcha.
So, I think the World Star method was people only thought that fights was something that people would react to. But people react to, like we posted the other day, the top 10 cities with the most black people. And they argued about that for 2 days. Like, damn, why ain't Philly on this list? Why is Chester on here?
Yo,
percentage-wise.
Seeing
Not
what people will
total-wise.
argue about on the internet.
It's crazy.
They'll argue about anything.
I saw a post on Facebook. There was 27,000 comments arguing about instant grits or regular grits. I'm like, this is nuts, yo. And it's like, duh, that's really how we are. It's just like people go on the internet like to like find shit to argue about. It's crazy as all hell.
So
Do
that's
sugar
really
go in spaghetti? Stupid shit. Motherfuckers will argue for 4 hours off of that shit.
Like, niggas will meet up over a LeBron and Michael Jordan debate. Me and him talk about that.
Remember the Temecula?
The Temecula shit.
Remember
Back
that
in the
shit?
day, old school Twitter.
Nigga drove across the desert. I'm gonna find this nigga. Talking about Kobe ain't top 5. I'm gonna kill this nigga. Like, real shit.
With a Kobe jersey on.
With a Kobe jersey on. Temecula was crazy.
Yeah, Temecula was the original
that was the genesis. Yeah. That's funny as shit. So with the people with up and coming artists, they like, do you have a method, or is it just who you like, or
you talking about my art, like artists that I sign?
Like just in general?
So twofold. I guess like who would you post and then who would you fuck with?
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, as far as you posting, like, because I know you get a lot of...
You can pay to get on Say Cheese.
Okay.
You can pay to get on Say Cheese, but I show love all the time.
Yeah. Right.
Like, it's kids who
I'm more so saying I know you get a lot of content thrown at you
all the time.
Yeah, it has to be outrageous.
Yeah, y'all probably going through 10,000 pieces of content a day.
I can't say, like, I even tweeted this morning about Baltimore crab cakes. And a guy was like, yo, how you gonna come to Baltimore and not fuck with the artist? I'm like, yo, I just want a crab cake.
Nigga, it was lunch.
Everything is about the music now. Like, I can't even enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I get music thrown at me all the time, man. All the time in different many forms of way. I be having dudes will send their girlfriends at me. And yes, that shit happens all the time.
So is he like
a girl will be in my DM? We'll be talking.
Is he offering her up
like a pimp?
Like,
no.
Fuck my girl, please.
No, me
take my demo.
Me and her will be talking in the DM, and then she'll probably be like, "Yo, have you ever heard of Twani? Have you ever heard of a guy named Twani?" And I'm like, "Nah, like who's Twani? It's this guy. Check him out. Check his music out." And just like that, that's her.
Yeah.
He sent her to my DM to do that. Because I don't really respond to guys like that.
So wait, we're not fucking, right? All right. So this was all a farce. Like, all right, cool. I get it now.
Crazy.
That's crazy as shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's a good thing to happen though. Like I find a lot of dope artists in the DMs and different places, word of mouth and things like that. So
let me ask you something. How did you make the decision to kind of like transition, not because the media company is still the media company, it is what it is, but transition to being a record executive? Did you feel like it chose you, or you made a conscious decision that I'm doing it?
When I got Rod Wave his deal, and then he went on the internet and said "fuck me," that's when I knew like, yo, we have something.
Yeah.
Glokk9, I don't know if y'all are familiar.
I'm familiar with Glokk9.
He signed a $2.5 million deal. He said "fuck me." We have arguments. This shit's all on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can look it up.
Yeah.
And these guys, they make millions of dollars off of Say Cheese.
Right.
And these are artists that, I found, artists that I brought to Alamo Records in 2018 during Christmas break and was like, yo, what's this kid in St. Petersburg? He's the one. He had a song called Heartbreak Hotel that was kind of going up a little bit, but not really. So me and Rod, I told Rod Wave, I was like, yo, I just went to New York, I gave the end, I put him, I let him know about it.
And you put the sauce on it.
He was like, yo, thank you. No, he didn't even say thank you then. Well, he probably did, but then he hit me up a week later after Christmas. This was Christmas break, he hit me up at the Christmas break and he was like, yo, thank you. That's when he told me thank you, but I didn't know why. And then
so he had signed a deal already.
He signed a deal, but I wasn't mad at him though.
Yeah.
I was mad at the A&Rs that I told that went behind my back.
Right.
Because where's my finder's fee at?
Yeah, exactly.
So they signed him. 2 months later, it was slow. It wasn't, they thought he was gonna go up real quick. He didn't go up real quick. So Zeke from Alamo, he's not with Alamo no more. He called me. He was like, yo, we need help with Rod Wave. Like, we want you to get in. And my ego, I was like, nah, fuck y'all. Cause y'all tried to do it without me.
Yeah, y'all backdoored me.
So I lost a lot of money saying no.
Right.
When he called me
Rod
back.
Wave just had the #1 album in the country. He's
now.
the nigga.
So ever since then, I'm like, okay, I have a real machine that if I really press the gas on the artist, like Spotemgottem, he's my artist too.
Yeah, for sure.
It can go.
Yeah. So all right. So you got Glokk9, Rod Wave,
they're
LP.
not my
No. I'm saying, but they came through your through your incubator.
Yeah, YK Osiris, Quando Rondo.
We talked about TK last time.
TK.
And didn't TK have beef with you too?
Nah, he just kind of, his family didn't like the way I was wording things because he went viral through Say Cheese.
Right.
And we kind of broke the news before like the majors, the mainstream platforms did, because I grew up in the same TK, the same city that he grew up in, I grew up in Arlington, Texas.
Got you.
So I knew all the insides before.
Right.
I knew about the kid. I knew about him robbing the guy walking the dog before anybody did.
Right.
That was just through the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Who else would you say that kind of like came through your system that you either missed out on as far as getting actually in on the business part of it, or just shit went left when it was time to do a deal?
Foogiano, they paid us for 2 posts that went crazy. The Baby Mama song.
Yeah.
And I think that's how Gucci signed them. I don't know.
That's a groove, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of artists, man. And I don't want to sit here and make it seem like,
I mean, you that nigga though.
Yeah,
like,
but Yeah.
Stick, you got at some point, like you got to stick your chest out and just let it be known because it's like the people that know, but I don't necessarily think that the masses know how much of culture you responsible for. Like I said, you one of the 3 kings of the hip hop media shit. Like, but the other 2 are kind of like more prominent than you because they don't mind sticking their face in the camera.
That's true.
And like saying, "Hey, this is me."
Yeah, that's true. But it's a lot of artists. I can't really think off the top of my head. But
did LPB Pootie come through y'all?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he did. Damn, my God. You know your work. Yeah, we it's funny because when Glokk9 started acting funny, I was in Orlando. I was in the hood. Chilling with Pootie. This was when him and Pootie were real cool. Now they want to kill each other. It's crazy how the rap shit
goes. That shit is nuts.
But I was outside of Pootie's hood and we were talking for like 2 hours. And I'm like, yo, we need to do the interview. Like we having a great conversation with the camera off. So we went to the park. We shot the interview. The interview was great. It's on Say Cheese now. Hundreds of thousands of views. And then I went home that day and I posted on Say Cheese. He has a song called Weatherman. And it went crazy. Offset was in his DMs right off the bat. Everybody wanted him.
Yeah.
I could have got him, but his dad was his manager. And you know how the family thing could get real tricky.
Get real weird, real nasty.
Yeah, Hot Boy kind of came through the system a little bit. I don't know if you know who Hot Boy is.
I'm familiar with
right?
Hot Boy, yeah.
He got that song Don't Need Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He's moving around with like Dirk and them a lot now.
Yeah. So it's a lot of them, man.
So you briefly mentioned Gucci. What was Gucci issue with you in Say Cheese?
I think Gucci wanted to sign Spotemgottem. I think he wanted me to give up Spotemgottem. And this was a time where Spotemgottem was at a real stagnant he was at a standstill. But with his look, you knew he was something.
Yeah.
You know, he's just a character.
Right.
And
Spotemgottem has the record.
The Beatbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's double platinum right. Well, it's about to go double platinum.
Damn.
It's platinum right now.
Guess we get some claps for that, for the double platinum.
Yeah, it's about to go double platinum. It's platinum right now. I should get my plaque soon. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, 6 months ago he was sleeping on the floor.
Right.
With another artist's floor. So it's crazy how things, change.
Real quick, do y'all look at Gucci as the king of the trap music shit?
Damn near, yeah.
We had this argument the other day. Me and my homie, we were like screaming at each other, and I was like, "It's Jeezy," and he was like, "No, it's Gucci," and I'm like, "It's Jeezy," and he was like, "No, it's Gucci," and it was like, "It's Jeezy." We did that for like 10 minutes, and
all right. So it's like record for record, Jeezy at his prime is probably bigger than Gucci.
Definitely.
But Gucci's arms and his tentacles.
Like my homie was literally like, "No, see, the thing is, you had to be in East Atlanta when Gucci was dropping the records." I'm like, "Well, I was in Southwest Philly."
Right.
So there's that.
A lot of them records were super regional. They didn't leave the Bible Belt. But when you go there, it's like people like in the aftermath for the Gucci and Jeezy verses. All the niggas from Atlanta said, "Oh, Gucci won because Jeezy's a hoe and he's a bitch and fuck Jeezy and he never helped nobody and he don't have a hood. That nigga from Macon, he's a pussy. He from Ohio." Like
this next record is called "I Beat Jeezy Ass."
Exactly. This next record is called "I Fuck Jeezy Girl."
Yeah.
Like every single song was.
But at the end of the day, who did Jeezy put on?
Nobody.
But does that matter in the terms of the music?
It does, because
your cultural impact.
It does.
I agree. Gucci's a phenomenal.
From Nicki Minaj to Young
executive.
Thug to Pee Wee Longway to Waka Flocka
To Migos.
to Migos. His impact, his influence.
He got the 2 hottest young niggas out right now.
Right now, he's still going. He can stop
Foogiano.
rapping
As an executive, yes, all day long.
But then, like, he got records like with Migos, I Get the Bag. That shit got 700 million views.
And when you
He got
talk
the
about,
record
like,
with Bruno
body
Mars.
of work
Shit
though,
got
like
700
Even when
Jeezy
you
for sure.
when you leave away from the music, it's just like Jeezy was a phenomenon for
sure.
from the street. He was like one of the first street phenomena.
Yeah.
That nigga, motherfuckers was getting sent home from school
Wearing
for them
them
snowman
shirts.
shirts. Yeah.
Yo.
That and doing the DX joint, get that sent straight the fuck home.
Yep.
So it's like I just when I look at the music, Jeezy got too many of those.
He do.
You know,
Yeah,
the
we talked-
GMC van on 75 doing tricks. It's just too many.
We talked about it here, like going into it, like if Gucci do this, and this, he's still gonna lose the verses 19-1. Like it's just the records that Jeezy produces is at such a high level, and he had them big producers with him.
Yeah.
Gucci, on the other hand, cultivated his sound by grabbing Zay and grabbing Mike Will and grabbing all these other 808 Mafia and all of them. They all come from fucking Gucci.
That's real.
I look at him like the executive work. Yeah, you could put him up there like at the top of that.
Yeah.
At this point,
It's like him, Ross, and Gotti.
but as far as when
Gucci
Jeezy was doing those mixtapes and it just
Gucci lacks the mainstream hits that are going to live on.
like I listen to Jeezy and feel like I drug dealer.
right.
No, serious. Motherfuckers really be like, yo, I play Jeezy on the way to my 9 to 5 and forget where I'm going. Have to like, it's like them records is just like
how I look at
they're
it
too
is,
powerful.
I think that Jeezy and T.I. are like the forefathers of the trap shit, but Gucci is like the godfather because he stayed in that trap mode.
real.
Like even to this day, he's still producing the best trap records. Back in Blood is his artist, so he get the credit for that. That's Gucci also.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do
But
the
as far
damn
as,
thing.
as far as
It's
at
just
their,
them records.
but at their peaks, Gucci get blown out. Jeezy blow them out the
Jeezy
water.
blow 'em out
As far
the
as they
water.
peak artist to artist, but when you add in all the other shit, which is what the people in Atlanta and that region of where they come from do, they give Gucci the
like them when
the
you
nod.
them even going down to like the lines, like Jeezy just said so much ridiculous
much shit.
that it's just like I ain't had to open up a whole thing since '94. Like you just can remember all the like Kiss line with the cooking a brick on the Foreman grill is probably the most ridiculous line in rap history. Outside of that though, Jeezy got all.
I'm gonna go Jeezy. Although Gucci's mad at me, I'm gonna go Jeezy over Gucci. I'm gonna go Jeezy.
I thought you were gonna go the other way because
I know,
the
that's
way
why I
you
said
worded it.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that.
Even though Gucci mad at me, I'm gonna go Jeezy over Gucci. Yeah, I like Gucci a lot.
yeah.
I just Jeezy's music was just it's too powerful.
For whatever reason, though, it's weird because Gucci had more staying power because he still got records that people care about now, and Jeezy can't give you a record. Nobody wants to hear a Jeezy record.
Well, that's
in
the
2021.
the marriage and the hat. You know, the hat on the album cover was strange. Like
Oh,
it's-
the painter hat.
Yeah.
I rock my hat to the side like I paint pictures.
Yeah.
That Joe. He had the little Wayne hat on. Yeah, that Joe though.
Yeah, it's like he just, like everybody, you said that shit. Sometimes the fans just fall off.
Yeah.
Yo,
that
we
just
listen.
fall
That's
off.
the most quoted shit in the history of this podcast, bro.
It's the
We,
Well, my cousin told me
it's the
that.
truth.
we
'cause-
quote that shit every 3 episodes.
It's
It's
the
like
truth.
Rich Homie Quan. Like, yo, Rich Homie Quan still got it. Like, people still want to see
still
him win.
got
I
it,
saw
man.
somebody the other day was like, if Rich Homie Quan and Thug would have held it together, we never would have had to worry about.
Because the fans,
Somebody, it was-
the fans felt like they had to choose a side.
and they chose.
You know how, like, in this rap shit, like, the fans are so engaged in this shit.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. Not on some weird shit. I'm 300 pounds. That fucking Rich Homie Quan big song.
Oh,
What type of way?
the other one. Walked in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What the fuck is the name of
The
it?
ooh 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 shit.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit. Come on, I do the dance. Wherever the fuck I'm at, that shit is all that. Like that was a smash.
It was.
Quan put out a dope ass album with Capital Motown before, like when Migos and QC first moved over there.
Yeah.
He put out a dope ass album around like probably 17.
Something
I
just
remember
like
that
blew.
it came out in the summer.
We good?
Something just blew.
Yo.
Like
It's good? All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, Quan had a dope ass album. Restarted from around what point? All right, cool.
Can you hear anything in the headphones?
I don't even have my headphones on. Yo, I can hear. Turn it up, son.
Did it take you out now too, Matt?
All right, my mic, I can't hear. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
got
right,
you.
all right, we
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
we good, we
Yeah,
good, we good.
All right. Oh, Rich Homie Quan. All right, cool. So yeah, no, like what
Do I got to re-talk about my dance?
yeah, you gotta retire. Just to cut it. They gonna cut it.
Quando or Rich Homie?
Rich Homie Quan.
All right. Oh, Philly niggas.
So
my
yeah,
bad.
so
Philly accent
so
worse
you
than
were
Stone
saying-
Cold, Joe.
So basically, you were saying like sometimes the fans pick a side. Like Rich Homie Quan still got it.
Yes, like the fans, they really feel like they got to pick a side. Like, I mean, you see the beef these days. The fans are so engaged with the shit.
We talk about that shit a lot. It's the adversarial nature of everything.
The whole culture.
If like people are gonna see this and dead ass, somebody gonna hit me, be like, "Damn, but y'all ain't had no good waters." It just motherfuckers is like that. Like you do anything. Seriously. I had Cadillacs. I had like 3 of them. I literally went and got a Lexus. Motherfuckers like, so you don't fuck with Caddy no more? It's like, I was at the Lexus dealership. Fuck, like, it's just that's how people is. If you do something that's different, you don't fuck with that. Like people can't be a fan of Nicki Minaj and Cardi. And I had this like breakdown one day with my homie, and I'm just like, he's like, yeah, because I know you don't fuck with Push because you fuck with Drake so much, and I'm like, I actually just downloaded Push's new album. He was like,
I actually like both of them.
Like he was stuck. He was like, so you like that joint? I'm like, it's phenomenal. And he was just
like, how? Like, one question, how?
Like, dog, you can really be a fan of multiple things, but literally in hip hop is the worst. That might be the worst arena for it. Because it's like literally if 2 people who are moving along stop, all the fans is just like, I'm going over here or I'm going over there, and I'm not fucking with nothing he do, nothing she do.
What do you think it was about Thug that made people say that everybody go his way and everybody just leave Quan for dead?
I mean, he was just more innovative.
I'm about to say he's just a better artist.
Yeah.
I love Quan to death, but just Thug is...
I like Rich Homie Quan better than Thug.
I like that song.
I like Rich Homie.
Thug ain't got to dance, but that, like, Thug's music, nah.
I mean, Thug is a character, so I feel like a lot of people bought into that. Like, from 2015 to like 18, he was pulling all types of tricks, and people bought into it.
And he got a lot of street. Like his street lore is big because every artist I've met that meet him be like, Thug is the realest nigga ever, and he's a gangster, and fuck them dresses, and like
for real, everything you heard about with Young Thug is true. Like,
100% true.
He was really in the mud.
Yeah.
Like
when him and Rollo grew up beefing with each other, and Rollo was like, "Man, me and Thug used to shoot at each other every time we saw each other." He was like, "But you know, I just got a lot of respect." He's like, "I grew to have a lot of respect for the nigga, and now I love him." He was like, "I understand why people go so hard for him the way that they do. He's just a solid nigga."
Like when Barter 6 dropped, I ain't gonna hold you. I was like not fucking with it because again, stupid nigga.
Because of the Wayne shit.
The Wayne shit. Yeah, fuck this guy. Like, that's how it was. You shot at Lil Wayne, nigga. You crazy? Like that's how it was. But then when I actually stopped one day and listened to Barter 6, I'm just like, this might be the best sounding shit I've heard in like years.
It's a masterpiece.
Like it really, I hate this term because it's so overly used. Sonically, don't kill me, the internet. But sonically, that album is a masterpiece. Yeah. And then when what was his last show? So Much Fun?
Yeah.
It was like every time I listened to it, I found a new track that I liked more than the. Yeah. He's all that.
What So Much Fun showed me is that he like heard all of the talk about Thug. He do a record here and there. He can't put together a dope album, and then he gave niggas 17 bangers, and then came back with 4 more on the deluxe that was hotter than the first shit that he dropped.
He's reached the point where he's doing bangers with Ed Sheeran and shit like Thug is I would take Thug over that.
Yeah, I like Rich Homie, man. I don't know why.
Rich Homie put out a dope ass album with Capital Motown before Migos and QC came over there. I forget what it was called. It might have been like I Will Never Stop Going. It might have been something.
No, it was before that. It was the one before that. I know which one you talking about.
He put out a dope ass album and it had some records on there and it just didn't get no traction.
Yeah. Now Thug has put people on.
A zillion niggas, fucking Gunna, Lil Baby was.
I'm about to say, Baby, Gunna, like Baby straight was like Gunna. I mean, Thug was like paying him.
Yeah, it's like stay out the streets. Yeah. And then he said the first day that Gucci found out Baby was rapping, he was like, I want to sign you. I give you $1 million deal. And Thug like, chill, that's my artist.
It's crazy.
Baby's ascension has been wild.
His
ascension has been.
I never would have thought Baby would have came this far.
Like. Not from that September 2017 with just having My Dog and a couple other records to where he at now, having a Super Bowl commercial. Nobody could pick that.
Like when I first heard the joint with Drake,
Yes Indeed.
Is that it?
Yeah.
My Cousins Is Crazy. That joint. Yeah. And it was just like Yellow Ferrari, like Pikachu. I'm like, he got 4 months. And give me 4 months. And literally he had a stretch where every single thing I heard him on.
Yeah.
The Life is Good remix, the this, that. It was just like,
When he made
no, this nigga can rap.
when he made the Woe record, he turned the corner for me because I'm like, he figured the pop shit out. Like, he figured out what people want to hear in that pop lane, but he's still rap. Like, the verses, he's still rapping. I'm like, he did the Wayne shit. Like, where it's like, this a poppy ass hook, that's a dance record, this and this, but I'm still rapping.
Yep.
And the shit blew the fuck up, went double platinum, went #1 urban and all that. And it's been on ever since.
Rap is I feel like it's so much bullshit that goes into rap now, where it's like the talent really is like,
the talent is like fourth on the list.
I was gonna say fourth or fifth. That's
Like-
exactly what I was gonna say.
Me and Twani was just talking about Core, and he asked me like, "Yo, what is Core missing?" Like, and it's like, "Yo, Core is really, really talented,
Phenomenal rapper.
but he has no personality." Like in rap now, people gotta want to look like you, walk like you, talk like you. The music is last.
Yeah.
It's very few where you can be Roddy Ricch, make an album, and
That's
kick
where
back,
I was going.
and kick back from Instagram for like 8 months without posting a picture.
Yeah.
It's only really 4 niggas in the game like that, like Kendrick, J. Cole, Roddy Ricch. It's a lot of these niggas gotta post and be on the blogs, and
Because you'll forget about him.
you'll forget about
We talked
them.
about that a couple weeks ago. Like literally, if you take a day off, it's like, yo, we found some new shit yesterday.
Exactly.
Oh, you was in the crib.
Exactly.
Oh, you went to the store? Oh, you took your kids to Six
Oh,
Flags?
you took your kids to the park. Oh, all right. Let us know when you doing the 20-year joint at AC. We started to that. You went to the park. You crazy as shit.
Fuck it. This nigga think we like him.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
We ain't from 63rd, pussy. You like what?
I was in the hospital.
Real shit. My mom was in the hospital.
Nigga, you told us 3 p.m., nigga. Fuck you.
My mom's sick. God damn.
Yeah, your mom gonna be real sick when you start missing the mortgage payment.
Real shit. You
This
take
shit
a
is
day off in modern rap, you might be finished.
So let me ask this: Do y'all think Roddy Ricch is here to stay?
He ain't going nowhere. I was on record on saying, I said Meek should have done. I brought Roddy Ricch here to Philly for a party when he was supposed to sign to DC, and everything was like it was there, like it was at the finish line, and Meek just offered him like the worst contract in history apparently, and it just went the whole other way because it's like, yo, you at Atlantic, you one of the 3 top priority artists at Atlantic. It's like Cardi B, Meek, and then Bruno Mars or some shit like that, or maybe reverse the order, but you in Atlantic, and then he ends up signing at Atlantic. That is a fault to you as a executive because he blew the record up. He blew up Die Young.
Yeah.
His viral video with the fucking goat or the llama, whatever the fuck it was, made the song go crazy.
A lot of people thought he was signing to Meek at that time.
I did.
Like I'm thinking like, damn, okay, Meek's in there somewhere. Like, he's in the black and white somewhere. He got to be in the paperwork. And then when he came out with an interview discussing that he's not signing to Meek, people was like scratching their head.
Like confused. Like
what?
And then there was like a period behind the scenes where like they was like at each other. Like and I
Rowdy
found
and
out.
Meek?
I found out because I deal with with DC and shit, and they was basically like, man, it was about to be up for a second. It was like real beef because that's a lot of money on the line.
A lot of money.
And then the nigga come out and do $9 million with the box out the gate, and you like, motherfucker might gotta die behind this shit. Like the A&R,
the box was such a big record that it's like those big records is flip floppy. Like that big record could hurt. That big record, you're not, because people be like, oh, you never lived up to that.
In hip hop, if you're not going up, you're going down. It's
Right.
it's no straight.
Yeah, it's no treading water.
It's none.
Now he has green eyes, so they let green eye niggas get extra couple years. Like real
and
shit.
when I realized like
Eric Sermon's still running around.
When I realized like he does
It's the truth.
Yeah, when
Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Mama, these motherfuckers don't die. Like real shit, they stay around 20. And niggas gonna be around forever. Like, real shit. It's like they always give you a couple extra years on the strength.
when I realized that he produced and played the fucking piano and do vocal production, I said, all right, he ain't going nowhere. Like it's like niggas that got real talent are like far and few between.
Yeah, the real talent people are gonna have their.
They're gonna have a core
base that's just always gonna be there.
Exactly.
Nas might never sell 10 million, but he's
think
always gonna go
Roddy
gold
Ricch is
easily.
Roddy Ricch is waiting too long though.
Yeah, I mean,
waited
in
too
today's
long.
hip hop, like we just talked about,
I think he's doing the Kendrick shit where it's like he feel like he knows
your mom's
his
still at
value.
the hospital, dog. Like, damn, like you dropped the music.
I feel like I feel like it's the Kendrick shit where it's like he know his value and he just manicures the
But
shit
the
out of his
longer
releases.
the longer you wait, the better it has to be.
It has to be
But
phenomenal.
The thing with Kendrick is arguably the best rapper ever.
For sure.
So it's
Won a
like
Pulitzer.
that's a different. No, I'm serious. Like I'm not saying he is the best rapper. I'm saying there are people who will fight you
There's
over
4
that
million
shit.
people that feel that way.
It's a lot of people who feel that way. So it's like Jordan left basketball to go play wiffle ball, but it's Jordan. If Dan Marley left to go play baseball,
Nobody would give a fuck.
Get the fuck out! Like, what, nigga? Like, yo, I'm back. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Like, so it's like when you reach a level of greatness, you can do certain things. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
So it's like Roddy Ricch is all that. I think he's a phenomenal artist, but like him and Kendrick aren't the same.
Yeah, they're not the same at all.
But I just think he's doing the Kendrick shit. Whatever reason, whatever advice he's getting, and it probably is the wrong advice, he's doing the aloof artist. I don't do socials and I just pop a record out here
Playboy
and there.
Cardi, Uzi.
Yeah.
Because Playboy Cardi is like the same way too. He don't really play the socials like that.
At all. But then it's like his lore of like the shit you hear about Playboy Cardi is enough to at least make you listen the first
Like
week.
Rick Ross is an artist who doesn't drop often. Like it's at this point, it's like maybe this year, maybe next year.
Yeah.
But it's Rick Ross.
Right.
You know when you hear it, it's gonna sound triumphant. It's gonna feel rich. You know,
You know it's a certain standard he's not going below.
Right.
Because he got a track record of 10, 11 albums that all meet a B or better standard.
Yeah. So I think Roddy Ricch is gonna be around though.
Yeah, I don't think he going nowhere. And plus, it's like the West Coast got a lot of artists, but not a lot that matter as far as people really giving a fuck about him. Like
Every time Game tweets, they're like,
so it's like he could just
we need another
He
savior.
could just survive off just the West Coast, and he gonna go platinum every time if he play the game.
I remember I was in Compton. Well, was it Compton or Watts? I don't know. I did his one of his first interviews.
Yeah, I remember.
In the fucking hood, and it was like 30 Crips outside, and he didn't say one word. And this was when his first record was going up. What was that again?
Die Young.
Die Young. And there was nothing you could have told me at that time that he would have been where he's at right now, because he didn't say 2 words. Like I'm like,
So who did you interview?
I interviewed him.
But he did.
But I'm talking because we were out,
like
we were,
social interaction.
yeah, we were outside for like a whole hour. We were waiting on him. He was trying to get his fresh together, and his aunt. We was in his aunt crib, and we was just walking around, and he didn't say 2 words to the 30 Crips outside. So I was like, "Yo, is
we cool?
Yeah, like
Is we
good? Like,
We the opposite.
so, and this is crazy, like how he just leveled up. Like that shit's just like crazy.
Let me ask you this, because that you just made me think about it. Going to all these different places, how does that like feel? Going,
I don't do that no more interview wise.
I was gonna ask that. Like, at what point do you? Because
when ZachTV died,
I was gonna
gave
say
it
that
up.
they have an impact on.
He was really respectable. He didn't cross lines. He gave everybody a chance. He was a fair person. So, and a lot of people look at me as unfair. Like they'll see me blow up, and why not me? Why him? Why not me?
Yeah.
But with him, Zach was different. He was more of a people's person. I'm more standoffish. I don't know. I'm socially awkward. I don't know. I've always been like that.
I give you credit for doing it though, because I wouldn't.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
Zach was like going.
I opened the door.
Like,
It was
Zach
too many
in,
niggas
like,
in here. I
Niggas'
was, oh.
basement. Zach was in niggas' basements, like
Yeah,
all
Zach
types
was
of.
out
Like,
there.
Zach was like, when I see him in Ebbets Field with the GD niggas, I was like, yo, this might be going too far.
Yeah, and Zach did a lot for the community too.
Yeah.
Like meeting with the mayor and just how can we stop gang violence? Like it was different shit he did off the court that people didn't see.
Right.
And for him to get killed, it was a wake up call. Cause I'm like, damn, like I ain't did no, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I ain't really, he's doing way more than me in the community.
Yeah.
At that time, I do a lot now.
Right.
But it's like they took my boy. So I just fell back. And now I do a lot of my interviews remotely. I pop up on niggas every now and then and do it in person, but for the most part,
You know, it's crazy, but like you ever watch like Viceland interviews and documentaries?
Yeah, them roller style documentaries.
I always question how the fuck, like, if y'all are like in a dungeon, right, with black tar heroin and credit card machines, why is the white boy just in there in the room? You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be in the room with
Because
him.
niggas will document anything. When I say niggas, I mean people.
They be like, yo, no, we mix
they'll
heroin in this
document
tub. And then it just be like, huh?
I'm gonna answer that. And excuse me over there, but when white people document something, it's more official. If me and you, let's say me and you go in North Philly with cameras out, they may shoot us
For sure.
because they may look at us as the cop. Oh, these niggas is who like
on some police shit.
Yeah, but when they come in, when the white people, my bad, I keep pointing at you. I don't know why I keep pointing at you, but when the white people do it, it's that's the news, and they get in the camera.
Right.
Is this a different feel?
Yeah, niggas pop like I was gangsters 30 seconds.
So when I just say that to say, when like, have you ever told one of your friends something, right? And they don't really believe what you tell them.
Yeah.
But when a white person
white
tells
person
them,
They believe it.
it's
They
stamped.
immediately
It's
bite the
stamped. and that's how it is in the document world. When you come out with cameras, black men with cameras don't mix. In the 90s, if you would have had a camera in South Central Compton, you get shot.
Yeah, for
North
sure.
Philly, any hood, Detroit, St. Louis.
Somebody the other day was talking about our our changing over from teenager to adulthood and shit.
Yeah.
Like I graduated high school too.
Yeah.
So this was the Dipset, Rockefeller, all of that shit was going on. G Unit had just started. And we don't have like no pictures from none of this shit. Like there are just no pictures from like
Exactly.
06. Before that, there's just nothing. And my man Rob was like, why don't we have pictures of none of this shit? And I'd be like, because to have pictures, you would have had to been the asshole
With the
a camera. Like, not your phone.
Hold
I'm
on,
talking
bro.
about like like that jump, like some stand up nigga, like
That
sidekick, yeah, with a strap hanging on your wrist. Like you had to bring a real camera to the whatever was going on. So it was like that really wasn't. And I'm not to cut you out. I remember like 07, 08. I was feeling it that year. I had a LeSabe with fucking dubs on it.
Listen, you had a LeSabe in the hood. You was him.
I had a LeSabe with dubs on it with blue headlights with 2 Kicker L7s in the trunk. You couldn't tell me jack shit. And I remember I pulled up and hopped out with a digital camera and everybody left. And I'm like, oh, y'all not
Y'all trying to fuck with the pics.
I'm trying to get some pics of the whip. And
You was on your
my
brother.
man was pissed.
You was on your brother Greg vibes.
Yeah, because you had to have a real camera back in the day. Like you had to dead ass bring that jump. My dad was a camcorder nigga back in the 80s.
Oh, this
Jones from here with it. When talking to the microphone, fuck you just standing there. You had to really bring equipment like to have pictures. So it's none of that shit. So yeah, I could totally understand what you're saying about like the
I'm telling you, with the document shit, they can go to Mexico and Brazil and the most dangerous cartel places.
No, they be in
white
poppy
is cool.
fields.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
Black, we can't do that.
We're on location here in Vietnam. You know, about to interview some smugglers.
We can't do that because we grew up to don't record, don't tell.
You can't even interview your mom. She like, oh, what the fuck you?
You that police shit, son.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got someone like me that's like, let's go film the war.
Oh, real shit. They be on ground at the most dangerous of places.
Battleground.
Yeah. Bombs going off, missiles, all that shit. They don't give a fuck. That's funny as shit.
So real quick, can you tell? I don't think you ever really told the story about how you met Spotemgottem.
He was doing freestyles on Facebook, and Quaisha, this girl that works for me, she sent them to me, and then I hit him up. He probably had like 3,000 followers, and his Instagram name was Spotemgottem at the time, but his rap name was Lyric. So I told him I was gonna sign him in 2017, but it took me a year because I was working with another artist. It's hard to work with two alpha males.
Yeah.
So I flew out there, and the rest was history. But he used to, in Florida, they listen to music fast.
Yeah.
You know, in Houston, it's chopped and screwed.
It's sped up in Florida.
In Florida, they speed up the music.
It's called like juking or something like that?
Well, it used to be a dance, but now that's just the thing. Like,
Okay.
That they listen to the music fast. So he would do freestyles, and it would be like in a chipmunk voice.
Yeah.
But niggas loved it.
Yeah.
So
It was a wild time period of life. That chopped and screwed.
Yeah, he had this.
That
He
went,
had
like,
this
super,
one
super
when you
nigga.
first started fucking with him. He had this one freestyle that he was doing that shit on. I listened to that shit 5 zillion times.
Yeah.
It was like,
I know what you're talking about.
I was like, what the fuck is he? I just kept listening to it, trying to decipher it, and I'm like, he logged at least 5,000 views off of me
Yeah.
alone. alone.
Yeah.
Chopped and
So-
Screwed, that was a wild.
Chopped and Screwed was crazy too. And I mean, it was
I couldn't get into it, me personally.
you couldn't. I mean,
I'm from Philly, and
Yeah.
just like I remember my man shout out Gray. He from Houston,
Yeah.
and I remember him telling me like, no, you got like you sip the syrup and it sounds
it was
better.
more of a lifestyle.
And I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I gotta take drugs for it to work.
The music.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. to
But
me.
this the thing, like this is the kicker. Whatever your favorite song is of all time or at the moment, go listen to your favorite song, Chopped and Screwed. But it has to be chopped right. 'Cause some DJs don't chop right.
Right.
DJ Screw chopped it right. Some niggas
Chop,
over chop.
not slop.
They Some niggas over chop it. Some niggas chop it at the right time, and it's like an adrenaline. Like what they say. It's like a what's the shit called that make you get the chills? Nah, but
Heroin.
it's like a
Opioids.
yeah.
it's like your body gives off some type of, I don't know, some scientific shit. But anyways, that's what Chopped and Screwed would do to you. But it has to be the certain song that you like. You don't gotta do it now. Go
Right.
home, eat your food, and listen to your favorite song. It's on YouTube. Just type it in, and you may begin to like it.
Now,
And
ironically,
it's
some
still a
freak
thing.
shit. I like Chopped and Screwed by T-Pain. on some weird shit. I like that. That song was hot.
But that's still a thing. Like in Orlando, they don't listen to the music chopped, but it's screwed. It's slowed down. In Orlando, it's still a thing. In Houston, it's still a thing with the 84 swangers, the
Right.
rims all wide out. It's still a thing. It's regional, you know. Regional music still exists.
I think I was about to say that. I
like
think
Detroit, the offbeat flow.
Listen, I'm
We-
Detroit bull.
we talk
I listen to
we
this shit
talk a
nonstop.
lot about regional bias, and people will act like it's not a thing, right? So it's like where you're from dictates a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're from Alabama, you're gonna have a love
Yeah.
for Rich Boy
Yeah, and
that
No Cap
somebody
and Wallow
from
and shit
Nevada
like that.
might not have.
Yeah.
If you from Arkansas right now,
Yeah.
Bankroll Freddie is everything. to you.
Exactly. I like regional rap though. I think the internet killed regional rap.
Yep, it killed
Like,
everything.
I mean,
When
internet
I was
was-
in New York and I'm hearing UK beats. I'm like, this is not the New York we was listening to samples and
Yeah.
Just Blaze and Heat Makers. Like, what happened? Now we listening to so now it's like, and even the way people dress and even slang. Everybody's saying John now.
Everybody's
Future
saying
got
John.
everybody
Everybody's
saying
No Cap.
Like
Everybody-
it's a lot of Philly shit now that niggas is saying all over the world that they was never saying before.
Yeah.
Like, yo, let me rap with you. Niggas is in Texas saying, Houston saying, like, yo, let me rap with you, or no rap, or, you know, little Philly, like, everybody's using everybody's shit now.
Yeah.
This niggas in Philly wearing buffs now. That's a Detroit thing.
Yeah.
So the internet really killed a lot of regional shit.
Yeah, I mean,
We talk about it all the time on here. The internet shrunk the world because now everybody trades culture.
Everybody's trading now. And it
Yeah.
creates just like gumbo. It's just everything
Yeah.
in the pot.
Right.
So
And then you have
yeah, you
some
got a
places.
good point. There isn't like a like when we had the Houston Renaissance with like Slim Thug and Mike Jones and Paul Wall and all that. Then you had the Miami explosion, Rick Ross, Khaled. There definitely isn't that anymore.
I mean, Philly, when it comes to rap music, the biggest struggle in Philly right now, and I don't want to get too off topic, is that a lot of people, if you're not from Philly, you wouldn't notice the difference. A lot of people will say he sounds like Meek Mill. That's the hardest thing right now. It's hard to come out and break through because niggas are going to say you sound like Meek Mill because that's all people know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the Uzis and shit like that and the PNB Rocks, but, you know, Meek is, if you're just a casual, you won't know that there's a Quilly and, you know, there's other people out here.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
in Florida too, it's hard to overcome Kodak.
Yeah.
You have wicks in your head. You know the little things they got in their head.
Yeah.
And with me, with Kodak, compared to like the other Florida artists, every time he drops some shit that he care about, he showed me why I really shouldn't care about none of these other niggas because he's so far better than all of these motherfuckers. Like Easter in Miami, it's just like when he really the record he did with Yachty, like when he come with his shit, it's like fucking listen to y'all for y'all terrible.
Exactly.
Like, even if they pretty good, y'all terrible.
Exactly.
Speaking of Florida, the biggest trending topic right now is the ATK and KTA beef.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville shit.
Yeah, the Julio Fulio, Young and Ace.
Yeah,
all the spinner bins. Spotemgottem,
Whopper with the
like,
chopper.
all of them are beefing with each other. All of them are beefing. Young and Ace don't like Spotemgottem. Julio Fulio and Young and Ace don't like each other. I don't really know the politics.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Fulio. I've interviewed Young and Ace. I Spotemgottem. That's
your artist, yeah.
So I try not to. It gets sticky though.
Yeah.
But I try to interview all of them and I can't be biased, you know,
Right.
because then it makes me corny and it makes my shit one dimensional.
What do you think about that record?
Which one?
The-
Who We Smoke?
Yeah.
I like the beat selection. It made it what it was. I feel like Fulio, by responding, he should have went on another classic rock pop beat.
Right. Instead of the same exact beat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the record, that shit was disrespectful, knowing, you know, people really died from that
Exactly.
shit. You got fans and shit cheering that shit on.
And
but
people
you got
really
mamas
died.
crying
Yeah.
over that shit.
When I first heard this shit and then I went and did the research behind it and
Shit's
realized
real.
like niggas is putting hits and then it's a father son that did a hit on a 16-year-old and then the dad cooperated and it's just like, what the fuck? And then like you hear Fulio like response records and this nigga's like free K-Sue so I can smoke him. Like I'm like, this is a different level of like drill like records.
Yeah, Chicago fucked the world up. Chicago fucked the world up.
Let's speak to that point.
Like, well, go ahead.
Well, let's speak to that point because it's gotten. We have a regular guest on here, Pastor Carl Day. He's been on like MSNBC.
You know, Carl's verified now.
Yeah, he verified.
He's commenting on
MSNBC.
everything.
Hey, blue check gang.
Niggas get blue checks. They start LOLing
He
on every
interviewed
post.
Donald Trump during the town hall here in Philly. Like, this is somebody that I grew up with. That's a community activist, community leader, and even he has to recognize the impact of the drill music culture when he's out talking to people about how that's affecting our young people. How the fuck did that shit happen to where it just penetrated the whole world?
It is wild. Like we just talked about the whole the ops and not from 63rd. It's just like it's so many people running around in Philadelphia that
was just
act
about
like
to
they're
say
from
that.
Chicago.
But okay, because we're in Philly, we can speak on Philly artists. I've never seen so many diss records and smoking on this and sliding and pulling up, and I don't remember that Philly. I remember niggas making quality records about real life shit.
What was this guy
Yo,
named
these
Beans?
niggas rap about nothing but the ops now. It ain't about money. It ain't about, I don't like, so like when I first listen to an artist, I want to know about your personal life. Like, is your mama?
Yo, I literally just said this the other day. I'm like, no one has a story anymore.
Nobody's telling us nothing.
Like no,
that we care
even
about.
when you listen to like DMX, because you know DMX shit has been going off the last couple of weeks. Rest in peace, DMX.
Yeah.
X really told you like the progression of my life, like what I was going through, going to jail, really robbing niggas, doing this, that, and the third. And it's literally just like now there's no story. There's nothing with my parents, nothing with my siblings. We didn't grow up in none of these places. He's
Okay.
nice.
Cool.
He's nice.
Cool. I can give Leaf Ward that. I can
Shout out
give
Leaf
Leaf Ward
Ward.
that. I can give Leaf Ward that.
But just in the grand scheme of things, like you see how it's like
Yeah, I was speaking on the masses.
like
though.
somebody from the stands is like, no, Leaf Ward, like that. That's how it is.
It's
where
not top
Yeah.
of mind.
It's not like a thing no more. It's like even when you looked at like the Cash Money motherfuckers coming out, they were telling a story.
Yeah.
No Limit, they were telling a story, and it's just now it's literally just I kill all
the
these
kids
niggas.
do.
That's rap
The
now.
kids do what they see working. So they're like, yo, I could put out a diss record right now and say fuck Twani with a gun in the thumbnail.
And it's gonna get 500,000
500,000. But if I tell my life stories, nobody cares about my life. People love drama, so you gotta finesse it.
I don't know what the song was. I saw the video, like it just came across my feed the other day. You know how they do the videos where it's like 50, 60 niggas and they all dance with guns.
Yeah.
I don't know
Keith
what that
created
is.
that.
Yeah.
But the nigga was like, show up at your house, and he knocked on the door with the gun like it was a hammer. like I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, these little niggas is aggressive
Like
as shit, man.
I did an interview with Lil Bucks out of Philly. Y'all know who Lil Bucks is?
I heard
I'm familiar who he is.
And
yeah.
I was like, yo, like you have three different videos with 1 million views. I said, I stood all day listening to you. I spent all day listening to your music. I don't know nothing about you still. I said, bro, dig deep into tell me your story. Like, I just tried to challenge him. Cause I be trying to let these kids know, like, yo, go on Apple Music top 200 songs and point out a song that's a diss record.
None
Tell
of
me
them.
if you see one.
Right. That's real shit.
Damn, bro, I can't see one. Why are you? Stop trying to be a YouTube artist and be a top streaming artist.
Be a real
That's
artist.
where the money's at
Yeah.
in streaming. See, a lot of these niggas get faked out by the YouTubes. The YouTube is cool. It pays well. It's great money. But as far as being an artist, some niggas are tricked out of YouTube and streaming. when the top streaming artists is the Post Malones and the Roddy Ricches and the Young Boy.
The Babies.
Roddy, see, Young Boy, he can do it, but he's melodic with it.
He trick you.
He trick you. He trick you. And then he gonna give you a little bit of his personal life. Yeah, I got 100 kids. And,
nigga dissed the ops on an Ashanti sample. You know, it's like, yeah, this shit sound cool. So it's like, yeah, nah, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Rap now is crazy because my man the other day was like, you've become the old nigga that hate. And I'm like, nah.
I'm becoming like that too.
Listen, I'm not the old nigga that hate, but my thing is like when I listen to Reasonable Doubt in Volume 1.
You learning something.
Jay was really, he put you in that shit.
Yeah.
You felt like you was in one of them big ass nasty suits on your way down to the John to get like, that's how
Bossellini hat.
Yeah. big stupid ass fedora. Like you felt like you was in that shit. You listen to DMX, you like, dog, I gotta take my shirt off and get a pic. Tell me you seen a picture of X with the dog in the club.
No, man.
Oh, man. The greatest shit about DMX, not the greatest thing in him passing, but I like when people start bringing up all these stories, and they did it with Kobe, all these stories and videos and pictures. DMX brought his dog in the club, and they was taking like old drug dealer pictures.
With the dog.
With the dog. Look at this John, man.
It was a John where Murder Mook was on Drink Champs, and he was talking about DMX, and he said rap battle, and he said, and X was like, yo, chill, the dog might bite you, and then the dog was like, arf, and he was like, chill, during the rap battle.
I seen that shit.
Like, apparently Nori that was telling a story of like DMX kicking the dog, and X came to find him, like, why you kick my dog? And he was like, nigga, why is the dog even here? Like, dog, X ain't play that shit, but yeah, he had his dog in the club. But it's just like, yeah, like I'm not saying that I'm the old guy that hates the younger rap, but my thing is like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? What story are you trying to convey? And is this shit gonna be something that's just gonna be around?
But I feel this way because I care more about just the kids. Like these kids, they don't rap. They start rapping, then they create beefs, and then they get killed.
Right.
And then the mothers are crying. And then the friends want to go get revenge. And then it becomes an ongoing cycle.
Right.
So you're right about the music, like, and I'm the same way. I want to hear a story musically.
Like Biggie died 25 years ago. They're still talking about I Got a Story to Tell. That was Jay was talking about that on ESPN. Exactly. Like, who was I Got a Story to Tell? They like, it was Anthony Mason. That shit is on ESPN, dog, and it's just like, I look at a lot of this music, I just don't see it like.
Yeah.
It'd be hot for 2-3 months, and then we move on to the next thing.
I can't see 50-year-olds in linen sets in 25 years at the boardwalk in AC talking about smoking on the ops.
Exactly.
Me personally, I just can't see it. So it's like,
look, when you're talking to these kids and they come, y'all interview a lot of people up here. I know y'all do. Ask them in the top 200, like, point out a diss record, like a blatant diss record.
Right.
You know what
I will say what you just said is the truth. Like, people see what works and they just
they imitate it.
Yeah, they imitate everything. Yeah,
people are, like he said, people are perpetuating beefs to get attention and then get killed in real life over a fake beef that they made up.
Exactly.
And it's kids, that's literally kids. It's 14, 15, 16-year-olds is doing the majority of the murder.
Remember the boy that tried to beef with me? I'm done.
He had a doppelganger.
Yeah,
nigga stole his life, his tweets, everything.
Nigga at me and was like, "You not the funniest fat nigga in Philly. I am." I'm like, let's
have a funny off.
Right on. And he was like,
I'm gonna meet you at the bus depot.
He was like, I'm gonna meet you at the bus depot. I'm like, yo, you gonna get shot, man. Like, don't do that. But that's how the beef bullshit start.
See what I'm saying?
It's just like, motherfuckers really will perpetuate some nonsense instead of just making quality music. And that jump for me, I just be like, nah, yo, like Nas had a real story. Nas really came out and was like, nigga, my window faces shootouts and drug overdoses. I live amongst no roses, only the drama. Like, painting this picture of what it's like to be I'm not in Brooklyn, so I can't tell you about what they doing in Brooklyn. I'm not in LA. I can't tell you. I'm gonna tell you about my big ass, the largest projects in the world. I'm gonna tell you about this shit. And then Snoop Dogg comes out. I can't tell you about those high rises in New York. I'm gonna kick them shits over in a couple years, but I can't tell you about them. I can tell you about what it's like being in Long Beach. Like, you have a story, and to me, it's just, I hear I don't even know where they from half the time.
Because it's all the same shit.
You don't know if they from Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis. You don't know where they from.
Exactly.
Like, It's crazy.
What do you think about the Detroit scene in particular, like Rio and Babyface Ray and Doug and Sada?
Man,
and
I love the Detroit scene. I went out there.
You was early on it.
5-6 years ago, when niggas used to look at me crazy because they used to they rap off beat kind of like.
Yeah.
Like, they're like Bay Area rappers where they get these 80s, 70 samples and they talk they shit. But I like the Detroit scene because it's like it's like I like to call it grown man music.
Yeah, it's money making music.
Listening to Icewear Vezo and Babyface Ray, they really talking about some shit, yo. And it's just kind of like shit. I've been fucking with Detroit. I'm just happy that they getting their chance.
Yeah. Cause you see GT and Vezo and Babyface Ray with Future.
Exactly.
It's like niggas is taking notice that like, no, this is the next shit. Like, let's get to it now.
And most importantly, they stayed them. They never tried to act like anybody else.
Right.
And you know, once you stay yourself for so long in hip hop, people are gonna buy into it. People are definitely gonna buy into it. And that's why I always tell people stop. Just because it's winning for him don't mean it's gonna win for you.
Right.
People are gonna buy into it. If you're special, people are gonna get to you eventually.
They'll find
when
it.
It's your time, they're gonna find it.
It probably takes like 5 to 10 years to create a scene somewhere in music, like because it can't just be one person. You're gonna have a phenomenon, somebody that pop off from anywhere, here and there. But to create a scene, it gotta be a consistent stream of artists, like how Philly was in the late 90s. Like it's bigger than it was bigger than one person. And a lot of times people was just like worried about themselves as opposed to like, let's work together and curate the scene like what they did in Atlanta.
Yep.
Them motherfuckers having a 25-year run because they conceal their beefs. They all work together. They all in and out the same studios. They share resources.
Yep.
And it's no hating. And it's like if a nigga got a problem, we meet up behind the studio and do what we got to do. But the money in the scene is put first.
Yep.
As opposed to what the fuck just one person is doing.
Yeah, creating a scene is wild. Like when you really think of the dynamics of it. Because even like, remember, like look at New York. Like New York had a stranglehold on rap since the beginning.
Yeah.
Other shit.
They had a 35-year head start.
And you looked up, it was just like Atlanta, like, no, we this is why we was doing all that groundwork.
And every time somebody else took it, Atlanta took the shit back.
Yeah.
So,
With a new artist that was pushed by another older Atlanta artist.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy.
Yo, you had another artist you was working with, Baby Youngin.
Yeah.
Are you still working with him?
I haven't talked to him in months. It's kind of like it was this guy that he was around. I never met him.
Yeah.
But he'd been knowing the guy for years, and the guy kind of like had a crazy influence on him. Anything the dude told him to do,
He would do
did
it. Yeah.
So, he deleted his YouTube videos one day.
Damn.
All of them. Luckily, we have the plug with YouTube. We got them back.
Yeah.
So I bought three say cheese chains. They're on my page. He wanted one. I told him he was gonna get one, and then I changed my mind because this guy, when this guy doesn't get his way, he takes from him. So I don't want my say cheese chain all over the city.
Some random person and then we took Shawn Cotton chain
because you're mad.
nonsense.
You already deleted his videos. Why are you back hanging with this guy?
Yeah.
So
I hate
So weird.
yeah, so audio leaked and he was upset. I already knew he was upset about it. I wasn't upset about that. I already knew he felt some type of way about the chain because I gave the chain to Big K Beezy, another artist I'm working with right now.
Yeah.
That just linked. He inked a deal with the baby yesterday. So they.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But then back to where I'm at. So yeah, audio leaked. He said what he said about me, but then another audio came out about him dissing another artist in the city that holds real weight.
Got you.
I can't stand next to you.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. You're saying things that he is mentioning putting money on somebody's head that he has no beef with.
Got you.
I can't.
So it's
stand next
the
to
beef, the shit we just talked
that.
about.
I can't. And this.
Yo, they laughing. Oh, you know I don't know. What
I can't.
No, I'm serious. Is that really all young rap is now?
I don't know.
Just beef and ops and bread on head? Is that really?
Unless you from Detroit, they the only ones that's making other type of music. Everybody else is just with the nonsense.
Yeah.
Because they trying to get clicks and get views and have 1 million followers on Instagram.
Like that shit is nuts, man. Like
yeah. So was this like Yeah, the audio's on YouTube. You know, I don't want to get too crazy into it, but you know, the guy who he said he was gonna put his money. He said he was gonna put money on Trap Boy Freddy's brother head. Some crazy street shit. And I'm cool with Trap Boy. So Trap Boy called me like, yo, what's this shit on Instagram? He dissing me and you. And I'm like, bro, I didn't know that he had said that about Trap Boy. Yeah. But the whole time in the audio, he's talking to the guy. The older guy, And the dude's taping him so he can use it as collateral damage.
Damn.
Yeah.
The blackmail.
Black guy, ex-military guy. I don't know the dude. You know what I'm saying?
So is he fucking his mom? He said black. He's a black guy. So is the dude like fucking? Is the dude like fucking his mom or something? Like, what's the connection?
When I tell you, I do not know.
That's wild.
It's just I can't stand next to somebody when I'm in the. You talk like if it's beef. If y'all had beef and it was like if it was real beef, cool. I already knew what I was getting myself into. You just in the city. You just out here picking fights. And you're not even in the city to stand on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's weird.
I can't stand next to that.
Yeah.
And I know you're not capable of doing half the shit you saying.
Right. You just talking.
It just amazes me.
Now the people around you, your mom and your friends and your managers and shit like that, the people who care about you now, they're in the way of the shit you saying and you way in LA. This little shit, crazy shit. I don't want to get too deep into it, but that weird shit, I can't fuck with it.
So let me ask you one last question about Baby Youngin. Is that his real voice?
That's his real voice.
Every time I watch his videos, I'm just like,
he's talented.
He's super talented, but I'm just like, is that his real voice? Like, it almost sounds like they got like a older black, like the older black dude is cutting the records and using him as the face of this shit.
Have y'all been to Texas before?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
It's really close. Y'all wasn't trying to be funny, but like the Mexican culture in Texas and California are a lot different than like up here, like. Mexicans, down there, Mexicans and black people hang around.
Yeah, they like this. Yeah.
And especially in like middle school, and elementary, they hang around each other. You know what I'm saying? So they grow up saying nigga, this, nigga, that. And
one of my homies went to Texas and he came back up here and he was like, yeah, like we taking a road trip. You already know.
Yeah.
And he came up and he had this Mexican with him. And we was like, who the fuck is this?
Where the fuck did you get Paco from?
And we kept calling him Jorge because we didn't know he was just Jorge. You know what I'm saying? And I remember we was like at my crib. This was so funny. There was bitches was rumbling on the block. So like everybody went out the crib and like Jorge was in there by himself. So like we was out there for like a good 20, 30 minutes and somebody was like, yo, where the fuck is Jorge at? And it was like, he's still in the crib. And my man was like, he fuck around and hung beads from the kitchen. I don't know why that was so funny. But he just popped up with this random Mexican boy like, no, it's my man. And shit. Like they really are cool as shit.
The culture is definitely different.
Yeah, that shit definitely cool. But you made me think about it. How like just, it's so much shit you got to worry about nowadays. But like you said, you bought 3 chains. I get a chain out, this shit go over there, something happened. Now it's a nigga on the internet doing this, that.
Saying he took your chain, even though he took it from the rapper.
You get it? You see?
Yeah.
So it's like I was in a lose-lose because I'm like, damn, okay, look. I give this nigga a chain, it's gonna come up missing. I don't give him a chain, he's gonna be mad at me.
He's gonna be beefing with you.
I'd rather you be mad at me for short term.
Yeah.
And then later on, we work some shit out. When you get dude off your back.
Yeah.
Rather than me being all over the blogs, like Shawn Cotton to say cheese chain.
I question it times because the internet has put. Let's just keep it a buck. We're all in a situation where we make money off of the internet.
Yeah.
So it's like the internet has been very, very helpful. You know, a lot of hoes. If that's what your thing is,
definitely a lot of hoes.
Definitely a lot of hoes. If that's your thing, but at times I question like, has the internet just ruined who we are as a people?
Yes.
Because just like this, like you say, you're going to get a chain out, right? A nigga will take the chain and then get on the internet. And that right
and
there.
Tell everybody he took the chain.
Hey, how y'all doing? I committed on robbery today. What the fuck? And nobody trips off of this shit. Like motherfuckers really do this.
That shit is par for the course now. It's normal activity.
Niggas be like this with the chain. It'd be like, fam, you committed a felony.
crazy.
Like, how the fuck is this video just all over? It just,
Then they get
at
booked.
times I question the internet. Like, yo, is this the right way?
Then they get booked and like, who snitching? Nigga, you snitching.
Who the fuck ratting?
Who the fuck ratting around this? You, nigga.
Y'all fuck with rats? Like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, dog, at times I really do question, like, is the internet the right way of where music went, culture went, social media?
The internet changed my life, but I just hate it because it's like I see people get so depressed on the internet because when you're on the internet, everybody posts the highlight.
It's the highlight reel.
I say that shit all the time.
They never post
Instagram
the
is
bad
the highlight
shit.
reel.
Never ever.
Seriously.
I hate the fucking internet, man.
And if you do post that you having a bad day, it's 3,000 comments. You a fucking weirdo. What is this shit? Delete this. We ain't here for this.
and that's
Take this
why
shit to Facebook.
that's why the youth is such in a rush these days.
Yeah.
You know, because they see all these rappers and I be telling my nephew all the time, my man, not to even
No, go ahead, do you?
I be like, my nigga, these not to hate, like these rappers is getting a little paper, but it ain't like.
I was gonna ask you that. Are these rappers really making a lot of money?
No. No.
So if you had to break it down percentage wise, is it the top 5% is really making money?
You ask me a rapper and I'll tell you.
Lil Baby.
Yes.
Da Baby.
Yes. If they got hits, they are making
I was about to say,
money.
they're like, you know what I'm saying?
Rod Wave.
Yes.
Kevin Gates.
Yes.
Foogiano. Pooh Shiesty.
Yes. No, but see, with Foogiano, shows, features, but life-changing money, I'm talking about like
so niggas,
everybody gets an advance.
Yeah.
You gotta pay it back though.
Right.
That's
You
not
gotta pay the
money.
advance back and the marketing and the image consultant money.
Studio, clothes.
Rentals, everything.
Oh, you want to rent out a car? Oh, you want to fly a girl out? Oh,
PJs.
everything. You gotta have that Billboard hit.
Who else I want to ask you about? Dirk.
Yes. We talking about rap money. We not talking
I'm
about.
talking about straight rap.
Yeah,
money.
we not talking about the little hustles and getting bad. Getting shit flew out and what you did a little one too.
Right.
We talking about rap.
Yeah, I'm talking about straight rap.
It's
money.
not. It's not like you think. Maybe because a lot of these niggas aren't really. You gotta really be streaming. Streaming
is everything.
is everything.
I mean, it's like any industry. Like, you can look and see who's doing okay and who's not doing okay. You can tell who's doing above average. And it's America. We all see students. It's like it's a couple motherfuckers that excel, it's a couple motherfuckers that didn't. Everybody kind of in the middle. So you look at this rap music shit, it's like, yeah, motherfuckers ain't pulling off what they say they is, but that's rap.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ross said he know Noriega.
On his first song.
Hey, I love Rick Ross. I love but it's like he don't owe you no favors. But it's just that is rap, and that's where rap has gone. So like they still trying to figure out the 92 Brick shit with Jay-Z, and Jay like, nigga,
Every year that shit come back up.
They was 560 State Street, nigga. They was in. It's just like that. That's just that's rap. So much. Jada cooked a brick on a Foreman grill. I overcooked chicken breasts on the floor. Like, how the fuck? Like, just some of the shit.
The crazy.
It don't even make sense.
The crazy shit though is when this is why Young Scooter is the best trap rapper all time. The nigga said I could cook the dope with no stove, pot on the floor. I seen my cousin do that shit. I didn't see that nigga drop a 7 on a fucking hot plate in an apartment with no fucking stove in it and cook that motherfucker. I said, yo, Scooter's the greatest. Scooter's the greatest.
I remember, not to like sound a little racist or whatever, but like one of them Asians, like he was like joking one day in the barbershop that like, because I admit I don't know how to cook crack. and he was like, yeah, you don't know how to cook crack. And I was like, well, I never learned. I never did this shit.
I didn't need that in my resume, in my wheelhouse.
And he was like, yeah, man, I'm a professional with that shit. And I was like, he probably cooking a little wok with a little ginger sauce. he got so bad. Serving with some broccoli. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, I know you gotta get out of here.
Wait, I got one question.
I got one last question. I'll let Meg answer.
What's the craziest rumor you've heard about yourself? Oh, well, see, we be in sync.
Yeah.
Craziest rumor?
You ever heard about you, your business?
About myself or just like
About you.
Damn, that's crazy that you asked me that. The craziest rumor. Oh, that I was fucking one of my artists, like a female artist.
Okay.
I had to say that.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta clarify.
Yeah, because niggas, you see that shit all everywhere.
Niggas
tomorrow.
have chopped that shit up.
That shit be on CNN.
Like, oh, we got our viral moment.
Mona Scott would have called you tomorrow morning, like, hey man, you are.
But yeah, like that I was having sex with one of my artists. Never touched none of my art. Cash Page is one of my artists. Tay Money, the white girl.
How many artists do you have right now?
Like 20.
Damn.
Yeah, but I have partnerships with them though. Like,
Okay.
I'm not taking all that on my own. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm too busy. I got a weed farm now, and
Yeah, I saw the weed farm shit.
Yeah.
That looks.
yeah,
fire.
I'm just too.
Are you still doing the truck and shit?
That's his shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the top carrier shit. That's
so you
him.
had to track the trailer.
I don't do that no more.
Oh, you done with that? Okay.
That
I
shit.
see a lot of people jump in and jump out of that shit.
It's hard to keep up with maintenance.
I was about
On
to
the
say, I used to
18
truck.
shit.
I was an independent contractor. It definitely is a lot. And if you don't know, and then you got to get them fucking contracts. Like if you not hitting motherfuckers left and right for actual loads.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's
The
hard.
best thing to get is the one with the flat, like yeah.
At the time, refrigerated was really, really rolling.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, no.
I got out of that and I got into real estate, which I got like 3 houses out here too. I just stopped.
Yeah, you in real estate heavy.
Yeah. But my main thing right now that I'm really excited about is the weed farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marijuana is
it
an
at?
excellent
It's in
business.
Oklahoma.
Okay.
On the border.
Yo, I heard that Oklahoma is about to be like the new California
It's
with the
new.
weed shit.
It's the new. Yeah, it's the new. I had to get in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put up like almost $500,000.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we put up like $500,000. Me and my partner Prit Paul, Indian guy. I met him. He blew my phone up when he was 13 years old.
Okay.
And I don't know creep shit, but
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like blowing because I knew his friend that was like 2 years older than him that was like 15. He was a rapper I was like managing at the time.
Yeah.
And he kept blowing my phone up. He was like 13, 14 years old. And I was in LA. He just kept blowing me up. And I was like, yo, when I get back to Texas, I'm going to call you back. I land in Texas. Right when I get off the plane, he called me again. I said, it's something, I got to link with this kid.
Right.
He's an entrepreneur. And ever since then, it's a wrap.
Damn, that's fly, man.
Yeah.
What's the future of Say Cheese, man?
Signing more artists. Signing more artists, man, changing more lives. That's really just what I want to do at this point. Like, the money's cool, the money's great, it's amazing, but I just want to change lives, man. I want to put these kids in position. If they don't want to rap, you can work at the weed farm, and I want to get these kids out the street because I look at it as each one teach one. I look at life as like a family tree. So let's say I put my nephew on, he's outside. He could put somebody on, and then they put somebody on,
right.
And then it's generational wealth. Like that's really what I'm on right now. I'm not here to do this shit for today. I already made my mark.
Yeah,
this shit is about the next generation, and I don't feel like a lot of people think like that. Like I said before, a lot of people are stuck for the Instagram shit.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, we gotta come down there and fuck with you, man.
come on, do y'all smoke?
Yeah.
Come, y'all can be.
Yeah, he don't.
You don't smoke?
For on camera purposes,
Like,
he can't. Yeah,
but yeah,
Got a
y'all
job.
can test out the weed and hopefully we can get the podcast y'all own little strand. You know what I mean?
That would be
do
lit.
I'm serious.
No, I'm serious.
The realest strand ever.
45. We got 4,500 plants growing right now. So, yes, it's crazy.
No, I'm with that.
I'm with that.
Just growing clones and like it's. I never thought this shit would have happened. Like 5 years ago, I was still living with my mom. So
Shit, life come at you fast. They say.
You was at Best Buy. Yeah.
I was at Best Buy in 2011.
Okay.
And then I moved out, and my mom let me stay with her for a long time. My mom made it possible for me. And I would pay my mom $50 a week, $200 a month. And then, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I stayed with my mom until I had like $100,000. And I never told her how much I had. But
She be like, I need a little 350.
I had $117,000 the day I moved out. But I came home one day, I think I was in Philly, and I came home and my mom was like, cause I just bought her a house last year, but the landlord kicked her out. because he wanted to move his daughter in.
Mm-hmm.
So she was real disappointed, and you know, shit. Without her, it wouldn't be none of this shit. It wouldn't be none of these artists. You know,
that's crazy to think about.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said life is like a family tree. My mom gave me the chance to do what I'm doing. Now I'm giving these artists the chance.
Right.
Now I'm believing one of my cousins have an idea, or if my nephew have an idea, I'm always investing in new shit.
Right.
My friend has a thrift store idea he wanted to do. I tried to get my dad a food truck. Like, I'm always trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because Say Cheese isn't gonna last forever.
Yeah, true.
So when this shit's done, what am I gonna lean back? I don't want 42 Doug in the song talking about broke like Shawn. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in a fucking song.
Yeah.
Because these niggas is laughing at niggas when they fall off.
For
now.
sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You become memes and all type of shit.
Ain't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Is Doug making a lot of rap money?
Yes. We paid. Hit records, bro.
Yeah.
If you see somebody with a hit record, they good for
kick
now.
it, yeah.
They're good for now.
Yeah.
But like Drake, you gotta keep doing it. Like Lil Baby, he keeps. You gotta keep making hits, man. Or you gotta have that solid project.
Yeah.
You know them projects like Polo G. He has a solid project.
He got a fucking #1 on iTunes today, like
Yeah.
right now, like that I didn't even know was out. Like Polo G got a
Rap
different,
star.
he got a different type of fan base, man. He got like that J. Cole cult audience, man.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers love Polo G. I love Polo G, but I didn't know that he had a record out. She's #1 on iTunes today.
I don't even know who.
He from Chicago, but like he's you know he kind of like
I bought some polo socks.
he talk his shit a little different than like just the straight
I like
drill
Polo
shit.
G.
He's fire.
He's talking about some shit.
Yeah, he got some substance to his music. He wanted a few young niggas that got some substance to
I'm gonna
his
listen
shit.
to it.
He
Yeah,
has
fire.
some substance.
He got some substance. He fire.
Talking that shit.
Yeah. So last question by the rapper.
Nah, I mean, if whatever y'all, we good.
Oh, all right. Bet.
This is
Well,
normally
shit,
how we get when we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
So, because I know I ain't trying to hold you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But is Shy Glizzy making a lot of money because he has an immaculate lifestyle for somebody that put out a record every 8 years?
I don't know. No hit records. You know, he
Yeah.
came out with a project with Uzi on it. He didn't live.
Didn't really do nothing.
What was it, Young Hefe 2 or 3?
3.
Like, this game is built off hit records, or you got to have that solid body of work that's timeless.
Yeah.
Like when you look at Wiz Khalifa, Cushion OJ, it's on streaming platforms now. That's a classic is going to feed his kids.
Yeah, that was the first mixtape that trended, they said.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yes, the first tape.
You made me think about this.
2 Chainz, True Religion, shit like them classics.
Yeah.
I was actually writing this the other day, so it's something I want to start doing up here. You know how people always do these one gotta goes?
Yeah.
People one gotta go, one gotta. I want to do one gotta come back. All right,
Fire.
Dash Loaf.
nah, I was telling you who was on there. Yeah. So I
Fuck
had
with Dash Loaf, but go ahead.
I had 4 people that I wrote down the other day:
Yeah.
50 Cent,
Oh, okay.
Wiz Khalifa, Rich Homie Quan, or Rich Boy.
Gotta come back.
Damn, Wiz left?
Like back to the forefront of dropping music all the time.
Or who? Rich Boy?
Rich Boy, Rich Homie Quan, Wiz Khalifa, or 50 Cent? Which one would you want to have back?
50 Cent.
50
Because he'd
Cent.
be on the internet going crazy.
I
Don't nobody roll out a project like 50. Cause it's straight shenanigans and he'll beat you the fuck up.
Yeah, no,
So
I like
it's
the
whatever.
I like the person 50. I'm more so. I ain't gonna hold you. I question what happened with Rich Boy. Why you laughing?
I just think he got swallowed up. He was
No,
he-
I'm sick because when Rich Boy's
You
album,
talking about throw some D's on him?
yeah,
And boy,
throw
look
some
at here.
D's. Y'all didn't like Rich Boy?
He could have said anybody in the world.
Huh?
Yo, he could have said anybody in the world. Yo, but
That album was nuts.
no.
That Rich Boy album was really
The Rich Boy album was all that.
No, a lot of people say that, but is this like random?
I mean, I guess because we from Philly, I don't know, but it's like nigga had a fade. Oh yeah, boy, look at him was my shit when I was on ecstasy. yeah.
on some ecstasy.
No, the bitch had me on ecstasy in the club. Boy, look here, came for. I started dancing. That was my shit. But I just thought he was gonna be like how we talked earlier about Roddy Ricch being around. Granted, he didn't have a smash like that, but throw some D's.
I mean, before his time,
Yeah.
that was like the box at the time.
I thought Rich Boy was
Shit
gonna
was
be
everywhere.
like, and it's just like I don't even remember the second album, and it's just like, god damn, like. And like how we talk about Wiz Khalifa, you just talk about OJ, Cushion OJ. It's just like he had like it was like that John came out with Fast and the Furious, and he's like, I'm worth $200 million. Y'all can have this
I
shit.
want to see T-Pain come back.
Yeah.
I want to see T-Pain come back. Just get on the hooks, and because sometimes
Because his music was enjoyable.
that too, and then sometimes rappers don't put singers on hooks anymore.
Nope, they singing. They the
They
ones
singing now.
Yeah.
They don't?
No, these niggas is singing themselves now.
Meek put singers on hooks.
Because he can't sing. All the other niggas, if they could sing, if they could get a little pitch, they doing it themselves.
Exactly.
Because they trying to keep 50% of the record.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you cut a record, the record is broken down in 100%. The producer getting 50% off rip. The other 50% is going to be to whoever the fucking songwriters is.
Yep.
So if it's 2 verses, you got 16.66% out of for each verse, and then whoever write the hook, they gonna try to negotiate probably 25% because the hooks sell the records.
Yep.
So if you do all of that, now you and the producer 50-50, so you get a better split on the back end.
Facts. That's very true. He broke that shit down perfectly. But yeah, T-Pain though, I want to see him come back. He don't get the credit he deserved though in hip hop.
Fuck no.
I just,
T-Pain
you know what I think
was
about with
T-Pain kept
T-Pain?
the lights on for a little second.
Man, yo, that was a
Yo,
run.
listen.
That was a run. He talking about Rich Boy.
Listen.
This T-Pain.
I
shit was
swear to
crazy.
God, I was saying this shit the other day. I hope he died at work. I'm like, yo, Plies was really putting out smoking hot.
And he was putting out 2 albums a year.
He went on a crazy
Smoking hot records. That shit with Neo, the pink trim on them and they
Buffett,
light
baby.
blue. That was my shit.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, yo, Plies was putting out
first
hot
4
ass shit.
albums was hard as a motherfucker.
And he was putting out them songs with Neo, with T-Pain, and then he was turning around. Yeah, I know niggas in the hood that'll rock Noriega. Yeah, like he just he real shit. Plies was putting out the hardest shit, and he was putting out that R&B. Plies was putting out. I know he's silly now with the car and all the goofy shit, but it's just like no, he was putting out a lot of dope ass shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind some new Plies. Well, old Plies, not new.
some
Plies.
new old Plies.
Some new old Plies. Yeah, new old Plies.
New old Plies. So who do you fuck with? Who is your top 5 artists of current and then of all time?
Well, to be honest, I don't really listen to a lot of new shit. Like the Thug shit that just came out, I didn't listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I like the ski shit that's going on right now.
The ski shit is dope.
But I'm really always looking for what's next. I feel like what's out right now is what's out. Like they already got the game sold and they're here now. But what's next? I'm always looking for what's next. And that's with anything. Even after the Say Cheese thing, right? Remember I told y'all, no Say Cheese not gonna last long. That's just the way of life. Like I'm always looking to see what's next. And that's how it is with rap. Like, I have an artist right now named Darrow. I just signed him 2 months ago. And he's going up crazy. Lil Baby wants to sign him. Coach K, QC, everybody wants him. Atlantic, Alamo, Warner, APG, everybody wants him.
Who was the artist that he did like a freestyle on Twitter and you was like, yo, give me a year with him and he gonna be so.
That's an artist. He's from Jacksonville. He's going through personal issues right now. Some shit happened when he was younger. I can't really get into that.
Right.
But that it's deep. It's deep.
I got you.
So, and you're talking about the pressure.
Yeah.
Him. He would have been up by now if that shit didn't happen.
Got you.
So we're working on that and shit like that. But yeah.
Not to cut you off, but you just made me think about you talking about not really getting with new music. I feel like it's so much, again, the internet. There's too much music.
Oh my God.
To be able
you hit it right on the head.
No bullshit. On this show, about 3 months ago, he was asking me who's one of my new favorite artists. You know what I said? Moneybagg Yo. Because I just got to this nigga.
Yeah.
It's too much shit.
Hard to keep up. Like, okay, look, like, Big Scar just released a tape. And
I like Big Scar.
Drake released the EP. Then you had Rod Wave. And then now you got Young Thug who just released a 23 song. Like, you can't digest.
I wasn't even talking about the songs. I'm talking about the YouTube, the Say Cheese, the fact
Just
that it's
the
so
content.
much shit that just is. And you.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think it's possible for another artist to become Drake level? Because now it's different.
No,
I don't see it.
No matter what.
It's going to have to be a perfect combination of a lot of different factors. And because these artists have figured out how to like reverse engineer their careers, meaning like they could do a lot of shit on their own, it ain't gonna be a Wayne or a big artist, and everybody's trying to just do their own shit. Get an imprint, get with Empire, put some shit out, or do a secret deal with Atlantic. Put they shit like they going down. They skipping the artist / CEO part, which is the development part of it, and they going direct to the labels and partnering with them. And the labels is like, all right, well, figure that shit out on your own.
You remember back when when Bow Wow used to go to the mall and kids would just go crazy?
Yeah.
What happened?
I've seen niggas run through the fucking Penrose Plaza for Corrupt and Foxy Brown. I was like, what the fuck is going on out here today? No, that's real shit.
Like
but
that stardom's not there no more.
I look at Drake like it can't happen because it too many perfect storm elements
at
have
one
to
time.
come to that.
Perfect
Like
time.
literally, he came along where he could rap and sing, and no one did it. Like literally, no one did that shit. No one. Like
It was like him and Kid Cudi.
if you want to be technical, Biggie sung on Life After Death with like Player Hater. Like, but outside of that, it was no one that was really doing it on some like this is my thing. Then he's from Toronto. So instead of you having the city, you have the entire country.
Somebody else was singing before Drake though.
To that level,
Who was singing rap with Ja Rule?
Drake had a vocal coach. Ja Rule was
about Ja
drinking
Rule?
Remy Martin.
Nah, Ja Rule was before Drake.
Yeah, he was singing, but he wasn't like Drake was trying to sing.
Yeah.
Drake has records where he's blatantly singing.
Yeah, I
Ja
think
opened the door for niggas.
Ja opened the
though.
door.
Ja
for a
might have
lot of
opened the
niggas.
door.
Ja's the
Hey,
nigga
you can't play that.
for sure. I think Ja,
50 to a certain extent after Ja.
Ja's
but Drake's
situation-
situation, not to control,
Yeah.
he had Wayne being Wayne. You know what I mean? It was
had Jay
too
Prince.
He had the street element locked down with Prince and Prince. It just was too many perfect storm situations that all kind of like manifested themselves at the right time, and then
and even though
you got to get too many people to like you.
And even though Drake was in a bad deal, he never did the artist shit where he cried and complained about his bad deal. Not one time. He worked through the fucking deal, and now he's richer than everybody that he was signed to. It's like he just put his head down and worked. These niggas are crying on the internet every week about the label robbed me and this, and I ain't know what I signed, and fuck my lawyer, and every week somebody crying about being in a bad deal.
How you
Have
feel?
you noticed the niggas who cry are the ones who don't have a hit record or had a hit record and it sizzled down?
Yep.
That's why the label needs to recoup. These niggas think because they made the label $1 million, yeah, you made the label $1 million, but they spent 2.5 on you. They want the other 1.5.
Negative 1.5.
Exactly. Talking about, nigga, you need $1 million. Nigga, what? The label want their money back.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And you never hear that from niggas who's winning. Drake always delivered hit records. That's why he never had to cry, even if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Drake never had to. He never went on a 2-year drought when he just had no songs out that was on the radio.
Right.
So
Yeah, I look at rap now. It's like the even when you talk about top 5 ever, I feel like if you got your Mount Rushmore, it's not really gonna change. I don't see it. I don't see none of these people where it's like
Mine kind of changed because
Yeah.
once upon a time, like I had Ice Cube and Scarface real high on my list, and now they like niggas like Drake and Lil Wayne kind of like replaced them for me.
I still got Cube in my top 10.
For sure.
Okay, cool.
I say it all the time on here. My top 5 is Biggie, Nas, Pac, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and it don't really move. 6 Ice Cube, 7 Snoop, 8 Drake, 9 X, and it's like that 10th spot is reserved for whoever I'm feeling that day. But literally, I saw something the other day was like, is Lil Baby on your Mount Rushmore yet? And I'm just like, I don't think he's on the Atlanta Mount Rushmore yet. That's not a knock,
Right.
but it's like Ludacris, Andre 3000, T.I., Jeezy. I'm like, I don't even think he's on the Atlanta Mount Rushmore yet, but it's just like,
It's recency bias.
yeah, like can he get there is the thing. And it's just like a lot of these.
Yeah, you gotta put out 10 #1 albums like Future. Like it's
Forgot about Future.
Until you
like,
do that, like what the like it ain't really nothing to even talk about. Future got the most #1 albums out of everybody, including Drake, over the last 5 years. Like you got niggas that's putting numbers on the board. Like that motherfucker got a baseball contract.
yeah. Yeah.
This shit built off hits, man. Like,
So
The new artist shit though is like I said, I'm so detached that I just
it's hard to keep up. I don't blame you.
like we older, so it's just like yo the music come out and it's just I told nigga one day gave me his mixtape like his little John and whatever and I'm just like all right I put it in the first line it's like I grabbed the 4 pound
got this out. Take this right out.
I'm on my way to work like this shit like so it's just hard at times to just get into especially when you 19, 18. I'm double your age. So it's like, and that's not a knock. It's just, it is what it is.
What it is.
You ask somebody 55 years old how they feel about basketball, they're going to tell you about fucking Dr. J and Wilt Chamberlain, everybody. Like, it's
They might bust out a Bill Russell on you.
Yeah, dog, Skip yesterday straight was like Bill Walton better than Steph.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I
And
seen
Jerry
that. I
West.
seen that. That shit was-
Bill Walton, they was Steph. I was like, you fucking kidding me, man. But that's really, I feel like nostalgia holds a lot of weight, especially in rap. Nostalgia is just
good one.
it's the truth.
That's
Because motherfuckers older than me will tell you that they ain't even really trying to hear you talk about Biggie and Pac.
Right.
They'll tell you about G-Rap and Rakim.
Right,
And that.
we can't even get the Biggie and Pac without Kane
Ain't
and
no
G-Rap.
You talking about Nas, nigga. Nas ain't nothing without Rakim. That's just how
I
it.
was talking to Twanny about this. You know that whole big debate about who's more influential, Steph Curry or Iverson. I'm like, yo, it's Iverson all day because the feeling back in 2001, 2005, and
It's
on the court too. Iverson to me is more influential.
I love Allen Iverson. I love him to death. Steph Curry has completely changed the entire game of basketball as we know it. And I've never seen one person just have that effect on it. To where it's like, even Shaq, when Shaq was like the most dominant, they added that defensive three and the key shit. And Iverson, for what it's worth, with the crossover, like you can't even do that shit no more. They call him Pullman. Like you can't crack a nigga. It's just like, AI is a big deal as far as his off the court influence is not even a question.
Yeah, it's him
It's him all day. But on the court, Steph Curry has made it to where, like, organizationally, basketball is like, nigga, if you don't shoot a three, you getting cut. You go into the minor leagues. Like, they will send you to the NBDL.
Like, I don't even have a 2-way contract. Now you do, nigga.
2-pointers. He needs some development. Like, real shit. Like, that, it just, I've never seen the analytical shit where the corner three is worth more than a layup. That's nuts. And it's like Steph Curry is the catalyst of that shit. So on the court, I know people don't like him. That little nappy little thing on his head. Like, nobody wants to be
like Steph Curry.
Right. They hate his shoes.
Nobody wants to be like Steph.
No.
Right.
Okay.
But his game though,
Like
they all
nobody's
emulating his
wearing
game.
Under Armour. Like,
Boy, with little white kids, they buying the shit out them Jones.
mean,
I got some free Jones and they put them
go
on
to
you.
the hood, the most
absolutely
influential,
not.
the most
Hell no.
influential
The
part
Under
of the
Armour is not
culture.
drip. That's not the drip.
Yeah.
No. I got some free Steph Curry. Them Jones is sitting there.
AI Reebok commercial with Jadakiss was getting played on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, he had a different level of cultural influence. So
On the flip side, though, it's like after the questions,
we didn't wear none of
yeah,
that.
nobody. Niggas saw the commercial, was like, oh, this joint hot. Gonna get some joy. I ain't getting no fucking answer fives, but it's like the commercial was all of that. But as far as what he brought to basketball, and it was crazy because I was saying it the other day, they really got on Iverson for like everything.
Yeah, they made
the way he talked, the way he walked, how he acted in the press conferences, how he looked at like his interactions with other players, with team front office, with the coaches, and in hindsight, he did everything right. Like, for everything they said he did wrong, he did everything right, and he ended up in the Hall of Fame behind it. Yeah. So it's like, I love Allen Iverson. I want to get him up here. Like, that's my man's. But I'm not about to go against, like, logic. And I think, again, we do that with nostalgia and then, like, the bias. What's in your face right now, or some shit you love from when your mom was, going through this, or when your dad was going through that, or people be like, no, I remember going to the First Union Center and da-da-da. And it's just like, yeah, it's a nostalgic feeling. Steph Curry is the most influential thing to the game of basketball. Like,
So
that's including Jordan, all them niggas.
So sticking with sports while we got you here.
That's crazy. Yo.
Who is your basketball GOAT? Kobe, Jordan, LeBron.
Jordan.
How old are you?
31.
Okay.
Jordan. Man, how could you not? Like,
if you had to rank them, what's your order? Jordan obviously being one.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
So 1, 2,
Did
3.
you try to sign LeBron and he didn't sign? Because it's
to
like,
get him an A&R.
I'm.
No, LeBron is amazing. LeBron is one of the GOATs, but is this like, what is he, 4'9"?
Who?
Finals?
It's a team game, bro.
Doesn't matter. What is he? Is he 4 for 9 in the finals?
I can't rock with that.
No, I'm asking you. What is he? 4 for 10 or 4 for 9?
4 and 6.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
4 out of 10.
4 for 10.
Yeah, 4 out
Okay,
of 10.
so he lost in the final 6 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jordan 6 for 6. I can't call you the GOAT. You lost 6 times in the final.
Robert Ory 7 out of 8.
No, I'm pointing to the guy who's supposedly the GOAT. The GOAT lost 6 times.
So Scottie Pippen's better than LeBron because he's 6 for 6 in the finals.
Man, if Jordan would have had
It's
the players,
like
if Jordan would have had the players that LeBron had, then nigga Jordan would have won 20 times. No,
Jordan
people always
wouldn't
talking
have
about
a finals,
people always
maybe.
talking about Jordan and Pippen, but people never talk about if Jordan was to get with Dwayne Wade, Jordan himself was to play with Dwayne Wade and Bosh and all these guys, huh? What do you mean who he played in the finals?
Bunch of
The
accountants,
glove?
accountants, trash
He-
truck
he-
drivers.
The Bulls played us. Yeah.
Hey,
that's not it.
You want to know what you want to know what some of the players say? The most slept on duo was Stockton and Karl Malone.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they were really good.
They was really good.
twice.
They're both in the Hall of Fame.
Beat him twice.
I
The
agree.
pick and roll was unstoppable.
Here go the crazy part. The one time that Jordan went to the finals as an underdog was against Karl Malone and them. Like I respect it.
Hey,
But you got to look at it like this. The game, like we talk about, sort of like rap. Everything moves so fast now. So to have a hold over it like back in the day, it's just not a feasible thing anymore. The game moves too fast. Think about it. The best players in the NBA move around now. Kevin Durant, Kawhi, LeBron, they'll just be on another team next year. They don't give a fuck.
Next week.
They don't give a fuck.
Like, oh, y'all niggas act
So there
up. I'm
isn't
outta
no
here.
back in the day when a team became good, you was good, and other teams had to build through drafting and shit like that. Whereas now, too many star players bounce around. Think about it. When the Celtics became good in the 80s, they were good the whole 80s. When the Lakers became good, they were good. The Pistons had to build up to where they could compete with the Celtics and the Lakers. Then the Pistons became good, they was good. The Bulls had to build up to be as good as the Pistons. Then when they became good, they were the shit.
why
Other
couldn't-
teams, they were 53. Like literally, they teams had to build up back in the day. Where now, the Sixers this year are like they're in a spot. It's them or the Nets. Next year, Joel Embiid could be like, yeah, I'm going to Milwaukee, and then the Bucks are the premier team, and it just moves too fast now. So it's like, yo, you look at LeBron, where it's like his dominance for so long is for me to where it's like, I don't look at basketball anymore where it's like, what did the team do? Because Jordan didn't win 6 championships. The Bulls organization won 6 championships. Jerry Krause, Phil Jackson, Tex Winter, all that shit that came with the triangle, everything. I look at LeBron, and it's like, you could put him in any situation. He's better than everybody who's going at it on the defense or the offense.
why couldn't he stay with the Cavs and build up the Cavs?
Did you not see what was going on for all them years?
What you mean?
He literally-
Jordan lost the first 8-9 years too.
Jordan lost the first 5 years. Then they drafted Scottie Pippen, who was the best wingman. They hired Phil Jackson, got rid of Doug Collins. Doug Collins was letting Jordan run. I don't know if motherfuckers really remember that. Jordan literally led the league in scoring, 1 MVP, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, and won a dunk contest in '88. Doug Collins was letting Mike Jordan run wild.
Yeah.
But the team wasn't winning because it's like, yo, what the fuck are we doing on offense? They like, well, he called give it to Mike. So, ain't really shit for us to do. But then when Phil stepped in, because Tex Winters was always there. He always wanted to run the triangle, but Doug Collins wouldn't do it. Phil stepped in and was like, man, I'm trying to get in the Hall of Fame. Come on, let's try this triangle shit. And it worked. And then it's like, oh, we got Scottie Pippen, who's the best on-ball defender. We had B.J. Armstrong. We had a fucking sharpshooter and John Paxson. It was like this team became the shit.
Bro, LeBron-
the Lakers got old. The Celtics got old.
LeBron
and the
is
Pistons
amazing.
fell apart.
Bro, LeBron
People
is
don't even
amazing.
dig the fact that the Pistons got fucked off in free agency with that whole expansion draft bullshit that happened. It's like, it's a lot that goes into it. We'd be here for the next
Bro,
4 or 5 hours.
When you go home tonight, just go on YouTube and watch a full Jordan game.
I watched the games live.
Yo,
Yeah, we rewatched
Like,
a lot
I'm
of them
older
games.
than I was
they,
there.
They
The
pretty
nigga-
bad.
the-
I
They
say it all the time.
bad
When AI
games.
cracked Jordan had 36 that game and they
Yeah.
won. It was like he cracked him. I
Yo,
was like, look, man, the
the
torch
nigga-
young boy in the third
Jordan was
quarter.
a killer.
Jordan was awesome.
Jordan was a killer,
This is the thing for
bro.
me. This is where the debate has
He did
become.
more for basketball than anybody.
It's LeBron, yeah. Like as far as
globalized the game,
he
for
globalized
sure.
the game. As far as LeBron and Jordan, that's the argument now. It's just
He's never lost in the finals. How can you be second place? How can you be 6 for 6 in the finals and not be the GOAT?
because Scottie's 6 for 6 in the finals and we don't care about him
and
at all.
Loaded Luck said it's not if you won, it's who you fought.
But that nigga Jordan last shots and the shot, the flu game, shit like that is what make Jordan the GOAT. Not all that other bullshit, man. Jordan
So can I
was
ask
a
you a
killer.
question? Who to go in boxing?
Floyd.
Floyd 50-0. That's why you going off it?
Some people would say not because he pick and choose, which, you know, it's other people who are 89-1 and 92-3 and
Because somebody,
you know what I mean?
somebody told me this one day, was like, oh, Jordan, you know, he never lost in the championship. And then turned around and was like, Ali's the best boxer ever. And I'd be like, but Ali lost
That's a
5
good-
times
okay, I see
in the
what you
championship. And I'd be like, Floyd's 50-0. And it's just like, you can break it down to that one seminal thing.
Okay,
but the
look,
game is just too much.
But Canelo, right? Canelo was what? Canelo only lost one fight.
53-1.
Okay, who
54-1.
he lose to?
Floyd.
All right,
I say it all the time. Floyd beat a 23-year-old Canelo.
okay. See, no, he just beat Canelo. See, that's what I'm saying. Just
No, that's not a diss.
No, don't say 23. Just say he beat Canelo,
No, I'm
bro.
saying, no, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact that Floyd beat
But
Canelo
throwing
at
his age
23.
there was you trying to call him a young buck as
No,
if he was no
You're-
value
you're
in that.
not- You're not missing. You missing what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact that Floyd came out of retirement.
That's what he doing, right?
No, I'm
No,
not.
that's not what he doing.
You
No.
missing. Y'all are missing what I'm saying.
He a Floyd fan.
I'm
He-
a Floyd fanatic.
Oh, all right, all right.
Floyd was 36
Oh, all right.
and out of retirement. Floyd was 36 when he fought Canelo. Because they'll always be like, oh, you know, so-and-so fighting in their prime. I'd be like, 23 for a fighter is your prime. Floyd was 36 years old when he fought Canelo. There's no reason for him to win that fight. He dominated Canelo.
Okay.
That shit was amazing.
Nah, my bad.
Yeah, no, you completely heard that wrong.
Cause people love to say that. Like if he fight again, I'm like, God damn, like
No. Floyd to me is the best ever. Just in, and we had this whole discussion the other day. Floyd
2 days ago, yeah.
In and out the ring, it's nothing to compare him to.
it would never be.
He made the most money. He took the least amount of punishment. He beat
He did
everybody
everything you
that
could possibly do.
that was his contemporaries that they said was better than him.
My thing is with LeBron, if I have to rank you as a player, like this, I'm gonna give him an A+ in more categories than just about every other player out there. And that's not a knock.
No, I agree.
Jordan
I
defensively
agree.
was great, but I don't think Jordan had the court vision that LeBron has.
Yeah.
He's 6'10" and he's a point guard. It just is what it is. It's like LeBron's physicality. Like literally, I hear old niggas be like, "Oh, they tore LeBron up in the '90s." It'd be like, bro, LeBron's 6'8", 6'9", 265.
He would average 74
Charles
points
Oakley
and
was
37
6'7",
rebounds a game.
230. Like, what the fuck do y'all think exactly? Niggas think because they old uncles, niggas used to take the trash out every day that they was like the strongest niggas. And it'd be like, no, nigga, LeBron spent $1 million a year on his body. He really the strongest, fastest fucking specimen you ever seen play this game. And you look at the older niggas, like, think about this. You know when Jordan started lifting weights?
Like 91.
88. He's like, man, I'm getting my ass whooped.
Yeah.
I gotta start
Yeah.
lifting weights.
Yep.
Think about the NBA didn't have a strength and conditioning program till
Yeah.
94. And that's why you look at these older dudes, Larry Bird, drafted in 80, back blowout, he done in 88. Magic Johnson, drafted in 80, hamstrings blow. He done. He came back, made a couple threes. It was like, all right, yeah, it was cool. When Magic, if you ever get a chance, watch when Magic came back again in 96. It's the most depressing shit.
He started backing down as soon as
I'm
he got
talking
the
about
ball.
off the inbound. Man was on this jump the whole court.
No athleticism.
No moves left at all. It's like they literally had 10, 11-year careers. Whereas like now you look at these dudes and it's like, Bron gonna do a dub. Kobe did a dub. Dirk did a dub. Duncan did a dub. Garnett did a dub. Like, it just, they rung it
Could
off.
Michael survive in today's game?
Yes.
Yeah,
And how
for
much
sure.
would he average?
The game you can't, because Jordan was a mid-range, he's the mid-range GOAT, for real. But like we just talked about, nowadays, Carmelo took a 2-pointer and straight had to apologize.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Melo turned to his bench. Like, my fault.
I'm tripping.
My fault.
It ain't 04. I'm sorry.
Coach like this. Get your ass off the court. Like real shit. So it's like Mike was smart enough and that brilliant of a player. Yes, Mike would dominate any era you put him in. The GOATs always will. You take Biggie out of 96 and put him in 2006, he better than everybody. You take Jay-Z out of fucking with the big fedora out of 96 and be like, well, think about it. People literally always be like, man, we want Reasonable Doubt. And Jay like, man, go buy the old raps. You know what I'm saying?
They can't touch Mike. That's the big thing. They was punishing you, like you said, 88. But now put him in.
But the thing is, they weren't really playing defense. They were just fouling.
Game.
Also, you gotta look at it like when Mike was playing, there's only a few athletic players.
Right.
Exactly.
There was really no one that
He
was
was
as
the only
athletic.
one of his
If
kind.
you put J.R. Smith back then, he would probably average 40.
Like Zach LaVine is as athletic as the.
So many different
Yeah.
possessions in the game today, and the Bulls changed.
Yeah, it's like 22 more possessions per
Like,
game.
yo, I'm not even trying to be funny. It's a clip.
Mike would have been the best player in the league.
It-
Playing this
The real shit. He would have fallen into the fold. Not saying he would have been average. He would have been the shit. But he would have been a perennial all-star. He'd have been the fucking man. True story. There's a clip. You can pull it up online. Damian Lillard is guarding Steph Curry. It's the funniest clip you ever seen in your life. Damian Lillard, who's one of the most physically gifted specimens to ever touch a basketball court. They come across the half-court line. Steph runs through a pick from Draymond. Damian Lillard's hawking it. Comes to the side to the corner. Realized Damian Lillard was still there. He comes through another pick from Zaza Pachulia. Gets to the top of the key. Dame's still there. He goes through a double pick from Clay and Draymond again. Gets back to the corner. 22 seconds going in the shot clock. He gets the wide open three. Drains it. He lost Damian Lillard running through 4 picks. That was a simple possession. Could you imagine Mark Price running after this? It would have been a bloodbath. So it's like the game just moves so fast and so quick. They're so strong. They're so smart. And like I said, there are so many more possessions to the game. So yes, you take Wilt Chamberlain out of this era and put him there, he gonna dominate. Shaq in this era, he gonna die. The greats are the greats. That shit's never gonna, you know what I'm saying? My thing is the rest of the game.
Okay, so you rank LeBron 1. Who's 2?
I got Jordan 2.
And then who's 3?
I love Kobe. Kobe's my guy. I get it. Rest in peace, Kobe. There be times where I just look at Shaq as just that dominant of a force.
He couldn't play in the fourth quarter.
I know. Get
He's a liability.
Get where I'm going with this. You know I'm a Kobe fan. Shaq in his prime was that insane because he could pass too. I just always found it to be like kind of interesting that he was that big and was that skilled with the rock. Like when you really watch Shaq do all the goofy shit that he do, dancing with the Jabberwockies, he's not supposed to do that shit. He's 350 pounds and 7'4". He's not supposed to do this shit. The thing with Shaq was he didn't have what Kobe had. And that's why a lot of times I've said it, I'll be like LeBron, Jordan, Shaq, and Kobe. And it just be like, if he had half of Kobe's mental fortitude, would be nothing to talk about. The Lakers would have won 7 championships.
Where does Tim Duncan fall in on your top 10?
Magic Johnson. Tim Duncan's right there.
Yeah, he like top 7, top 8.
He's the best power forward ever. And the power forward position, because coming from the 80s, 90s, is loaded. I think Tim Duncan is better than Malone, better than Barkley. I got him better than Garnett. Only motherfucker I might not, just because I'm a personal fan, is Dirk.
He's number 2 on my list.
Like, I'm a Dirk fanatic, though. Everybody knows that. I'm a Dirk fan. I went to Dirk's last game in Charlotte. When I was in high school, I was a Dirk fan. Like, Dirk's my guy.
Yeah.
So
he was the first stretch 4.
Yeah, he was a juggernaut. But Tim Duncan just fundamentally sound. It's just... Tim Duncan is literally the Honda Accord of basketball.
That's real.
Yeah, he had something like 4 straight seasons.
Real shit. He durable as shit.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be there.
He had like 4 straight seasons with 2,000 points and 15.
Yeah, he gonna win the JD Power Associate Award for best sedan.
He had like
under 20,000.
I saw a stat on Duncan where it was like he was the only player in NBA history with 4 straight seasons of 2,000 points and 1,500 rebounds. Yeah. It's the same shit every time.
But like how you talked about nobody wants to be Steph Curry. Like
nobody wants to be
nobody.
Not a human.
You ever see Tim Duncan in his off day swag? You like, what the fuck?
Like, arrest this nigga. Like, he look like a nigga that be on To Catch a Predator.
Yo.
Some of that shit that he be wearing. He looks terrible.
I seen Tim Duncan in Birkenstocks with big ass
size 27 Birkenstocks.
Matt, let me ask you one question about Jordan, though, because you said a lot of stuff in there. If he was just as crazy, which I agree with Shawn on, and I think that's the X factor here regardless, don't you think he'd be pissed off enough to be like, I'm just a mid-range shooter, and I'm going to stay in this gym until I'm a 3-point shooter?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Jordan is brilliant. He's a great basketball mind, so he would have figured out any era. But here's my one, John. I think people miss this shit a lot. Jordan got to run around and act a fool with no social media, no 24-hour news cycle, no cameras.
Yeah, there's that.
Mike left a playoff game and went to AC. They would have torn Mike apart on social, all this shit. Like, yellow-eyed Mike? Yeah, right.
Yellow-eyed Mike.
I say that shit all the time, and I hope this shit go viral. He didn't have the flu in the flu game. That nigga was going off the Henny from the day before. Mike was drunk.
Do you want to know the rumor I know about that? So my whole entire family grew up outside of Chicago. Dominant Bulls fans. He supposedly he was bet. I bet you can't pull off whatever he scored that night. Was it
37, 30 something?
37,
I bet you can't score 30 points, staying up all night, hungover. It was something like that. It was something like that.
We all adults that have lived enough life. Have you ever had the flu?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what the flu is like. Your body is literally aching. You cannot stand up. You cannot get out of the bed. So playing basketball at a professional level is a no.
In the finals.
But you know what you do when you drunk? Give me the ball, nephew. Give me a motherfucking rock, nephew. Like, I'll show you how to do it, nephew. Watch out, man. Like, when you drunk, you can play ball all fucking night. So Mike ain't had a flu in that game, dog. That nigga was on.
So you think it was So you think he was hungover?
Yes.
But when you hungover, it's like your body aching though, right?
No. Not the flu.
It depends on what time you stop. It depends on what time you stop throwing up.
I don't drink. But I thought hungover you still had an ache though.
I think Mike was actually on, like pre-hungover in that, like still on.
They say the only way to get over a hangover is to keep drinking.
Yeah. Real shit.
He had Henny in his Gatorade.
Did you watch The Last Dance? That nigga was pitching quarters with the security. Like Mike was a lunatic. So it's like, his competitive spirit is always going to drive him to be Michael Jordan. We know that. But in that era, like in this era compared to that era, it's just so many other factors that these players have to worry about that they just think about it. LeBron got to be on the front line of like fucking civil
social justice movement.
Like, Mike would have been like, man, don't give me a cigar. Get the fuck out of my way.
Mike said Republicans buy shoes too. Fuck these niggas.
Talking about like it's just I know Michael Jordan is great, and I like the argument because it's going to go on forever at this point. But the argument is LeBron, Mike, and then Kobe. If you want to, I'm saying. I think we've gotten past the whole Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell thing, at least for us being younger dudes.
No, I respect the opinion. I just can't call somebody the best all time that lost. Like, you're the leader of your team, and y'all
I respect your perspective because it's consistent. Because you said the same thing about Floyd. Like, if you would have,
I threw that out there to see if you was gonna say Ali because I was gonna go off.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Jordan. Every 6 times he went, he found a way.
Yes,
he found a way. It's about finding a way.
But also, he was gambling,
coming out with a W
so much that David Stern was like, "Yo, go play baseball. Like, take a couple years off."
It's like you, Bird, Magic, get the fuck out.
It's all about coming out with that W.
So no, he found a way to. He had the will to. He had a greater will to win than anybody in history of sports. Him, Kobe, Tiger Woods.
He didn't move around.
I look at the what LeBron is. The biggest, strongest, fastest, all put together thing we've ever seen.
Oh no, players starting to say Kawhi the strongest.
But you can't totality.
They starting to say Kawhi is the most wiry,
with him being as fast as LeBron, as smart as LeBron, as viable as LeBron, as much of a leader as LeBron. Kawhi Leonard straight was like, "Yo, I'm not playing this year." So y'all figure this shit out. You imagine if LeBron straight took a year off.
That nigga said my thigh hurt. They said, well, you're medically clear. I'm still not coming.
Yeah.
Who's winning it all this year?
Who's in the finals? Real quick. Okay. The NBA came back way too fucking fast.
They did.
Everybody is hurt. Yep. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard,
Jamal Murray. Donovan Mitchell. What's his name's out now? James Harden. Embiid missed a bunch of time.
It's just they came back way too fucking fast. So this season is really like how healthy?
It depends on the health in the summer.
My prediction: Sixers and Lakers. I don't think Brooklyn is going to hold up because they barely play together, the 3 that they got. And I just think that the Sixers going to find a way to make a way, and I think it's going to be this. Embiid is the MVP of the league. It's going to be the Sixers and the Lakers.
It really comes down to Ben Simmons.
The Lakers caught a break with Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray going out.
If Ben Simmons steps into the joint, like you seen Kyrie was like about not being as good as me or whatever. If Ben Simmons steps into it, the Sixers might win the finals.
It's all about Tobias Harris. That nigga cold as shit.
He good.
With Doc Rivers, he cold as fuck.
Tobias Harris is crazy.
No, under Doc Rivers, he not phony.
I ain't gonna hold you. We give Doc a lot of shit up here, but Doc has been like pretty good this year. Yeah. We always make jokes.
They closing games better and everything.
Like they just lose and Doc like
I don't know.
Hell no.
Doc B.
But I want to see Phoenix go very far though. I want to see.
They have a chance.
I want to see Phoenix.
They definitely got a Western Conference Finals shot if they avoid the Lakers.
I want to see Chris Paul Like
I don't think they have a Western Conference Finals.
They close games well. They shoot free throws very well.
And I'm a Devin Booker fanatic.
They're really good.
I was the first Devin Booker fan in Philly. I'm not even exaggerating. Lie to me. Am I lying?
Nah, straight up.
I've been on Booker since college. Book my man. I fucks with Devin Booker. When Drake said "wet like I'm Book," I'm like, man, like best fucking song I heard all year.
About time somebody showed some respect.
About time somebody got it the fuck together. Like, Book my man. But I just the Lakers are too good. If they healthy, it's LeBron and Anthony Davis. It's like, what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
With Drummond, with Schroeder.
And with the bet again.
All right, last thing for real this time, because
we
went super off the rails. Talk about your relationship with BFB The Pacman.
That's my fucking guy. The realest rapper. BFB The Pacman is the realest rapper. Hold on, I want you to record me saying this shit. Like, you don't mind, dude.
No, do your thing. No.
But back to what I was saying. BFB The Pacman is the realest rapper like I've ever worked with. Still the same guy. You know, a lot of guys let followers and money get to him, but we still talk on the phone, give each other advice. And it's just a relationship money can't buy. You know, he used to diss me in songs and shit like that, and now we cool though. But BFB The Pacman he's a real one, man, and you don't see too many like that in the game. You could tell morals. You know, a lot of people don't have morals, and he's one of a kind. He still works a job, like, you know what I'm saying? And he's still him.
Let me ask you this. I guess it'd be my last question, because
we had 34 last questions.
Yeah, 34 last questions. This is for the 35th one. How do you feel when you hear a track and you're getting dissed in it?
It's more of a compliment than anything. Like, it's
like, I'm not emotionally strong enough to.
Yeah, it's more like a
where that nigga at?
No, we laying something down tonight. Somebody diss me in a song, I already know I'm going to the booth, nigga. Yeah. I'm dissing the whole family. We going full Pusha T on this.
Yeah, it's more of a
shit.
compliment though. Like, I don't really ever get my feelings when a rapper diss me.
Like, my weight loss joint was on World Star last year, and it's like, it goes viral. It's viral now again. Literally, the comments on the World Star joint was just like, where is this pussy? I'm about to go to make
the World Star comments is different.
Oh, that shit is ridiculous.
They be like, this nigga's a bitch. I met him in 3rd grade. I took his lunch money. Like, they don't even know.
It was ridiculous. He looked like a pussy. How? Like, yeah, like, I always want to know how that feels to hear your name in a diss track.
Have you ever been dissed and you was like, I deserved it? Like, that you got dissed and it was justified that they dissed you?
Nah, cause I don't really be out here I don't really be out here fucking with people.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I do, is for a reason. But I have came up in a few diss records where like, yo, like,
I've heard Jones, and I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd be like, hey, cool, you all right, nigga?
Yeah, like,
talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, damn, how you know? Yeah, that shit came up before, but like I said, it's more to get your attention. It's not really.
Yeah, that's where like, you're not a rapper.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like talent, so it's like dissing you.
Yeah, it's more to get my attention.
Like, I know niggas that used to do that shit in regular life. Like, they'd diss a nigga that they like, and then be like, well, then when a nigga curse them the fuck out, they be like, damn, bro, I'm just trying to see what's up.
Exactly.
Like, it'd be so weird. Like, I know niggas was making friends like that. I was like, somebody gonna pop you. Like, you gonna diss the wrong nigga and he not gonna want to piece it up. He gonna.
I remember years ago on some silly little hood beef, we was young boys, a nigga was saying that I was scared to come to the park. So I called him and I'm like, yeah, I saw you at the park yesterday. He was like, man, niggas told me you was talking shit. I'm like, I literally just saw you at the park yesterday. So it's like, yeah, it's always goofy shit.
It's always like that.
Yeah, that's funny as shit.
Anything you want to shout out before we wrap this up and get up out of here, man? We appreciate you first and foremost.
I just really want to say shout out to y'all, man, for y'all consistency, and shout out to Twani too for making it happen. And shout out to
niggas sold you out for a crab cake.
Shout out to everybody, and shout out to y'all though for sure, man. And
we on TV now too, on NGTV, local startup television network. So this gonna be on TV. Hopefully this joint, do some numbers.
Anything y'all need from me, like if I have like BFB The Pacman, when he come to Philly, if y'all want him to slide through,
we need everybody to slide.
Anybody y'all need that y'all feel like I have a relationship with, I just want to see y'all grow. because y'all been fucking with me for a long time.
From the floor.
Facts, and you know, I'm all about giving back, and like I said before, each one teach one, you know.
Yeah, I definitely gonna come down there and see the farm and talk about this strand.
On.
No, I'm dead ass serious.
Yo, come on.
That'd be
man.
cool to have my own strand.
Come
Oh,
on.
yo, and also this thing is mobile. We'll move around. So it's like if you got some shit that you doing or whatever, we could pull up. We'll pull up, man, and get some content.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
make money now. We can afford tickets. And
Yeah.
shit. It's fucking up.
Yeah, this ain't a labor of love no more. This joint is
we on a Greyhound. We got to stop in Gary and then we right there.
I'm gonna definitely get y'all one with BFB The Pacman, and like I said, any other artists that I work with that eventually blow up, they'll be on here too.
Right. Yo, you were supposed to start a podcast. What happened with that?
I'm still in the works with it, but some shit kind of had came up, but it's nothing. Like I said, I got too much going on.
Yeah.
So
Podcast is a lot of hard work because the main thing is you got to be consistent.
You have to
more so than being interested and engaging. You just got to be fucking consistent. If you tell motherfuckers we come out on Monday, Tuesday, whatever the day is, you got to be there every Monday, Tuesday.
And that we talked about it earlier, and that's the last thing we can allude to. You talked about the whole consistency shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, when people expect you to be in the movie, he's talking about if you take a day off, you out of here. Literally, we record and we drop on Mondays now, and we drop for our Patreon on Tuesday and shit. Subscribe to the Patreon, only official TRP. We literally now Monday morning, motherfuckers is like,
we're the podcast.
Motherfuckers is hitting me. Yo, what's up with the new episode, bro?
Like, we drop 5 o'clock every Monday.
It's 9 a.m. First off, like that's
because I thought you niggas recorded on Sundays.
yeah, that's what consistency gets you though, and
people expect it. They become a part of it.
You know, and a lot of people, they whatever you want to do in life, when you're not consistent, the people who want to support you, they're not going to. People love supporting people that they could brag about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you're not consistent, it's like
you look like a dickhead.
Yeah. So nobody.
You told me about this shit and they ain't do nothing new in 3
Exactly.
weeks.
So why should I support you when you don't even support yourself and you half stepping?
Right.
So yeah, being consistent is key, man. It sounds cliche, but that's the realest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We appreciate you coming
And
up.
I appreciate
Thank you,
it,
thank
man.
you, thank you. I'm gonna get you that Chinese New Year bottle of Henny to you for sure.
Okay.
And other than that, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast. Go to the website officialtrpe.com. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/officialtrpe. It's your boy C Diddy. Matt Makes You Sick. The legend, Shawn Cotton. We appreciate you, bro.
Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. The realest podcast.